I should get off call then. Okay, is that working? I don't know. We'll find out. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, it does look like it's working. Ha! Awesome. Happy birthday. No, it's no one's birthday today. Well, it could be someone's birthday today. We don't know. Okay. There we go. I'll put that over. I'll just put it down here actually for now. No, I gotta find. I live in squalor and a mess. I have a pen. I have an apple. Oh. Hello. So I'm still. Let me set this up here because I don't have the setup and it's not. It doesn't look like it wants to set up today, which is fine with me. Okay, there we go. And I should. It's not showing up as like one of the things I can. This is awful. Everything's awful. I'm upset at everything. I'm just gonna have to close all my damn tabs and come back later to it. Is today your birthday? Happy birthday! Could have said that in like a more like just a better way. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Boom. Bang. Pow. Kazam. I'm running out of words. I'm already out. Tisk tisk tisk. Okay. Oh, I can set a goal. That's awesome. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go around, start promoting it in the places that I normally would, which is to say my public, which I have a public server, for anyone who doesn't already know. I probably shouldn't say it here. I should say it once I actually, like, the stream gets going, right? I don't know. Okay. We are live again. Just me. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that in FRB. Again. Yes, still on Bing. Too poor for Chrome. Hopefully that works. Okay. All right. So let me turn my phone's volume down and we can get started. So, how's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're having a good time, having a good day. We are doing more rap battle reactions. So, unlike last time, I haven't done the Fantana reviews yet. I'm still working on writing those out and getting some more proper stuff like written down for them. So for now, I actually don't have an ahead of time list for what I want to review or react to. So I'm more or less fully at the whims of the people this time, which that's either exciting or very concerning, and we'll figure out which one it is. So I'm gonna make myself a little louder actually for stuff. That should be good. There we go. Okay. Boom. Pow. I gotta find better, like, I don't know if any catchphrases. Okay, so, yeah, we're just getting started. I think people are shuffling in. here. So yeah, I guess I'll do one to start. So I'll do it off of the stream, like the stream thumbnail here. I'll quickly turn on this one just so we have time for people to shuffle in. It's like a quick 2-minute thing. It should be a very quick in and out, and then we can, I'll take suggestions. So this is just, yeah. Let's go. Let's get the warm up going. This is my warm up round. Here we go. I'll put that over here. It's me.
Leo couldn't make it, guess we'll pass the mic on to the second best man who had a pussy as their icon. Look, can I make a...
So, this creator is now, the creator I'm referencing now is gone. Like, they're no longer in the community, which is very, it doesn't, like, I realize this now. Here's, on if we're talking about, like, a little strategy for the brawl here. I realized very quickly that it's, like, it's probably a bad move to reference things that people outside of the community won't know. You gotta make these, like, pretty accessible to people. And that's certainly not what I unfortunately did this time around. Let me know if the sound's all good also. This will be good for our sound test.
Request, please. Let's use your old names, since no one clicking has ever heard of the monarchy. Yeah, it's King Mewtwo. Now y'all remember whose one rule a year carries them as an FRB member. Check your bout with Joe. You were still saying some dumb shit. Don't need good writing to win, cause I guess decent will cut it.
Like, that's another example of that, where it's like, I said, like, that's a reference to a different FRB between, like, the monarchy and Joefinity, where the monarchy said, Shamaria only beat me by being a decent writer. Which is funny with the idea that, like, oh, so you lost to someone who is only decent. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I think DRB is fine now, but after hearing that shit, it's clear you're someone I still laugh at and not with. You tried to throw me in.
Yeah, like that's a. Like those are all very inside baseball jokes of like. Tibbs' adopted son that's an oldie. That is an oldie. And laugh at not with is especially an oldie. That joke is like almost 6 years old. Both of these are like getting up there.
Like your joke series ain't the only time you're like, here's my impression of you. I'll sit alone in this VC, and if no one comes, I've got a Thomas episode to watch through. Let's look at what the stuff we make now is like. I dropped the
white cipher. You dropped the
cipher for white.
I am really proud. I think this is what got me the win. I don't remember what it is on the final thing. I don't know if I have it anywhere. I might be able to. I don't know. But I think that's the line at one of like the kin cipher. No shade to the kin cipher, but the kin cipher is such a concept that's like, oh boy, yeah. No, I think that's not something I could have come up with. I don't know.
So of course you can an android, so robotic with rhythm. If you're gonna drop deadlines, wait like Saitube and straight missile.
I was so worried because I think originally the format of this was like 12, 4, 4, 12. And so I wouldn't get a lot of chance to respond to things. And then Monarchy would just get a way better shot of like steamrolling me at the end. So I changed it slightly to 8-4, 8-12. So I have a bit more to respond to and a better chance to like build myself up and stuff. And they have they still kind of get a long verse at the end to at least I think in their attempt steamroll me. Hello, Pomni. I would have just named Danganronpa. Milking Danganronpa is now his career. I think that would have hit harder for people just to like. Oof, put the name on there. Because that's what Monarchy's talking about.
Because when he doesn't, then it's, hey, I'll flop here. And I'll admit it, I'm white, but I still watch your mouth. If it were just you in that group, it'd be the Cracker House. The Skorky Geek whose rate is consistently non-existent says that I'm robotic. Forgot Hydra's for you pillock. It was like destiny to win. And now that I've left your ass kicked,
what a proper Englishman.
Make me a victory sandwich.
Yeah, I think it was just too much inside baseball. Too much stuff that I don't know. I've like I say that as if there's like a Just Gamer fan base, like people who will get all these references to me that are not just like already my friends. You know? It's weird. IDK. Okay, that's the first one. I can take requests now. I did see the react to the newest thing that Patrick did, just Game Plus 64. So I can throw that on here. I don't. Is it what I think? It's Dolly Dimply. But after that, unless someone does more donations, I can start taking requests. So start throwing stuff at me, team. Okay, here we go. Funny thing about this, so I had spoken to Gaming Plush because we were both working on a Dolly Dimply battle. I was originally working on Dolly Dimply versus Cool Autistic Gamer 774 for Insane Rap Battles, which is another series that I work on. I had script fully written for it. I had it half recorded. I had another VA come in and do a take for Dolly Dimply that I was just not huge on ultimately, but I was talking to him about this because I knew that we were both working on Dolly Dimply battles, and he and I went for different directions. So I'll watch this first and I'll commentate on it.
Togor versus Dolly
Are people still talking about me using Bing? Hi, caramba.
Dimply.
There she is.
Best is best in Togor if you step to me, cause I'll knock you to the floor and lay epically. So, like your chest of skis, better keep your hands off her. I'm gonna take the names of both your mother and father. What's with the long face? I thought Chris was having dog days. You look like you're in the wrong place. Me and my friends have many creatures to aid in smiling, but your weird misshapen head makes me die of cringe. Hit the top of his head. OMG, I'm literally dead. Just kidding, if you couldn't tell. Wouldn't want you to get triggered in your bullet hell. MC Dolly Dimply, this monster talked to my watch the Grimbley.
I didn't mean to do that.
I'll stop my 6 schemes if you change that straight line mouth shape into a grin, please.
Yeah, I think this is pretty solid. As in, like, I think this goes for a pretty good, like, the difference between what Game Plus and what I end up doing was he stuck to a pretty, like, he referenced the memes and stuff, the outdated memes and all the yada yadas and stuff, and that I think is funny, but it's like very incorporated into the lines, where I think when I was writing it, the whole point was to create like something authentic to like watching like a Dolly Dimply video, where it's just like complete cringe, complete, like there's no additional punchline. It's just all like, it's all fucking the cringe.
I don't get why you think you could show off. It looks like we both came from Roblox. I'll admit I'm a bit of a misfit, but you came up out of nowhere like a critter clip scripted.
Actually,
Actually, you're coping, that's it. Trapped inside the background and it's oh so tragic. Can't even get your rotoscope to mask it.
Yeah, as in, like, I think that's how he does these, in terms of just like, he does them more, it's not leaned as much into the cringe factor of it. It's just like, it's acknowledged. This is a Goten keys? I got the keys. That's a reference. I don't know anything about Togor.
Meanwhile, me,
I'm not a real
jokes of
one.
your own, so you constantly reference.
I just saw-
Squeaks like a dimple 'cause she's causing depression. Talks like a product of Reddit. I ought to make like her co-workers and not pay attention. Tried to copy some internet horror, but the office still just ignores her. So please, would you mind if you left? I don't want to see any more smiling friends.
Asriel's likeness attracting the brightness. Ooh, that is not
Why are you using Bing? How can people even tell that I use Bing? Like, what's the indicator here?
passing the vibe check.
Yeah, like, I saying things like that, of like not passing the vibe check, like that's, I wanted a battle that's like fully leaned into that, unironically.
Felt nothing but dread when our eyes met. Maybe I'll go Hannibal and leave a lamp silent. Haha, JK, I'm just spouting lies. I got the bar that you loop 5,000 times. I'm like the awesome gift of the guy where he wrote flame. Did I just cut off? Okay.
Yeah, okay, yes, that is so good. That's so fucking, I hate that, but in like such a good way of like, I think it's so, oh, that is rough, but in such a good way. That's the, like, that's the legally fucking, like, that is perfect levels of fucking cringe. I love that, dude. 1 second. There we go. But yeah.
If you wanna get on anybody's case, go to the holidays. Because Dolly, I don't wanna play. And mocking my glare, you should thank me for this. They never gave you a glimpse till you were making a fist. But I get why you're stressed. I would be scared if I only served being really parasocial with the parasocial workers. So in the grand scheme, I'm bad, and they're wishing for a world out there where you never existed.
Yeah. It's cute. Never thought I'd be multitasking, watching rap reactions with doing college work. I should be doing college work. Alright, so Doug Dimpley versus Togor, I think it's very fun. It's very simple. I like this VA's performance. I think, from my perspective, I would have gone with something that's more... Well, because for this battle, you need someone who's just more able to just rap and get, like, a flow going. For me, I was looking just for, like, the best cringe actor I could find out there. So... What? Glep versus Donnie? What is that? Okay, I think let's take an audience one. Start putting names, start giving me battles, and we'll roll for 10. So first 10, the way this is going to work, first 10 I see, I will react to. Glep versus Donnie by Bilo? Okay. If that's real, I'll put that on there. Glelp. I feel like I'm not like the world's biggest fucking, Bilo fan, but I feel like I would have remembered seeing a Glep battle. I feel like I made a list a while back of like every single Smiling Friends battle, and I don't recall seeing it. It's a joke battle, but cool. That's a very high bar, as in, like, what do we mean when we say joke battle? Is it, like, battle that's a joke, or, like, is it, or battle with jokes? My name is David. Hello. Eustace versus Makima, just saw that. You will see when it lands on. Okay, great. Yeah, totally, for sure. Okay. You know what? Let's take a spin. Oh, hey Ryan. You want to suggest one? You want to suggest one, Ryan, for the wheel? There's something on here, buddy. Talking about some I'm so full. McDuck versus Wario? That sounds familiar, but I don't recall that. Better be good. That is not passing the vibe check. Oh yeah, Right versus Layton. Dude, I kind of hope it does land on Right versus Layton. I haven't seen it in a minute. And I feel like that's a battle I have fun glazing. Alright, here we go. I should be looking away. Well, doesn't matter, we're already here. Alright. Boyfriend versus Incredibox. That's what we're doing. Boyfriend ASMR. Hot dog. Shouldn't have said that. That's
PJ. Give me some.
AG. This is the. I know this beat from, like, what is it? Al Gore, Captain Planet. Grid line.
Okay, so starting off isn't usually my shtick, but I get it, gets it up or there's no one to fight. You be stepping to a legend, this won't even be a light risk. Thinking that you're something, bitch, you ain't even tight with your fan base. You can't make a new song in a year. You can't face a deep facer over all my peers. Stockpiling, green filing, only getting cheers. Restyling, dudes wildin', only getting cheers.
I like this a lot for Boyfriend. I don't know why this style of writing where it's just like very focused on rhyme scheme and it's very much like bip 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 bip. It's very like it's like there's a syncopation to it. I don't know if that's the term I'm thinking of. I might just be saying bullshit. It's just like but that very much like the dun 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 dun. Like it makes me think of like the little boyfriend guy going like you know, bouncing up and down. Like I like that. And also I think also Vonnie's like a pretty good like voice for Boyfriend. As in like I think pitched up a little. I feel like to me that's what Boyfriend sounds like in my head. I don't remember too much of what he actually sounds like from the game, but it's like, you know, he sings the songs. Hypothetically I feel like he can sound like anyone.
Drag and drop your ass to the recycle bin. No my ties, stepping up, I'll be bringing the metal in. You ain't built for this cost, this ain't a fight that you should meddle in. Cause you've been washed up, try you out, I'll get a cycle in. Banger flows, I got you know I'm hot, you know I'm not behind. Any growth you got, you know I top, I'm flying with my lines. Still for years old.
I hear something in the background where it's like a nah.
For this cost, this ain't a fight that you should meddle in. Cause you've been washed up, try you out,
What is
I'll get a
that?
cycle in.
Is that added or is that the beat?
You know I'm hot, you know I'm not behind. Any growth you got, you know I top, I'm flying with my lines. Still for years old man, out of breath, I keep it.
I do remember when we watched this. When was this? Was this Rap Battle Day? No, this is April Fools. When we watched this on April Fools, that got a laugh out of me. It's from the game, yeah. I probably would have made that louder than Vonnie, just to catch the listener's ear more.
Wait.
I appreciate the stock images.
Yo, do you rap anytime soon or do you just do this dumb shit? Shut the fuck up, it's about to be the best part.
Oh god, okay, that surprised me.
Creators, they heat, I'm making get the demon overheated. You can keep on dreaming, you beat it, it's not a thing that'll happen. It's madness, I go ballistic, trying to track
Okay.
a so savage, it's immaculate, unlike you, cause you be getting ravaged, like your girl with the loonies, even losing teeth.
Okay, I understand what you mean by you're not a great mixer. I do think the vocals are being a little drowned out by the beat right now. As in, like, well, the beatboxing, I should say, I guess.
Let's talk about fancy. Where the fuck did my beat go? Gotta do everything yourself these days.
Okay. I like that we can't see you doing this. So, like, if the fact that you're recording this live is, like, the meant to be impressive part, we can't see it.
You're a 2D rapper, flat. Like
Oh.
a big man, I'ma put you on blast. Your ass fell off, that's objectively facts. You gon' be a disappearance act. Why you be thinking you
Okay.
can? Taking this stuff, I be sick. My trick go hard like some bricks. Thinking that BF is fit. Will probably land you in a clinic. Bitch, I just fucking owned you. Spat some bars on your ass. You ain't getting out of this alive. Is that my singing monster?
Came in with the bomb.
Ooh.
Drop through idiot losers who think their game's already fun. We got mushers on the track.
Okay.
Everybody knows how guess that
Okay.
that no one's heard of in a kitty with a microphone. Rare cases of bonkers. Don't tell me you think you're on top or something. Two white boys on culture. Tell me what the fuck do you offer? You're gonna get stung, bitch, but sing a crescendo moon, cause I be turning the tide. There's nothing, you might learn a thing or two when I pop off. No saving your life. Be serious, telling me you ain't fearing this.
serious. Run around thinking that you're hot shit, but you're not shit. Damn, did you be delirious? Hey, 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 y'all better step back. 'Cause you got
The very like, the flow's really getting me going, but the just like the little like, hey, 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 it's subdued in a way that makes it funny to me. Of like, this is a very low commitment to that.
SmackDown with the MSMMC. Man, sorry, but kids on the first game done. None of your fans gonna PFC.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think I don't know. I wasn't too focused on like the writing part of it because I think this is not that kind of project where it's just like you listen, you have fun listening, and that's more or less it. And on that end, I do think there's like, you know, obviously the mixing thing, like we talked about. But other than that, I think it's honestly a pretty good time. I think it's all pretty good. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Reset. Reset. Okay. Alright, so let's see what we got here. DKBK. Okay, Scott. I did see Scott versus Brian. You really want me to watch my own battle. And of all of them, it's Scott versus Brian. Juggernaut versus Knuckles. Knuckles. Oh, I do see Red Baron versus White Death. That will be fun. Two umlauts. Abandoned versus David. Green versus Mean. I saw Birdley versus Scott. And then Fantano versus GD. Natsuki versus Cookie Monster. That's a good one. That's a fun one. I'm Danny's favorite waifu. He thinks about him excited too. But you? Compared to their eyes too. Yeah, DK. Oh, right. Don't. I didn't. Did I not write down DKBK? Shit. I meant to. Okay. Let me put my phones over here instead so I can. Perfect. Okay. Ooh, banana. All right, one more, and we can spin that wheel. How effective would you be in the spring? I can watch my own stream. Hot dog. Okie dokie. You know what? Let's spin it as is. I think we have enough. 1 in 9 shot instead of the usual 1 in 10. Hopefully, whoever gets it. Come on. Make the noise. Do you think it's landed yet? I'll check. Oh my god. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. Those tater tots? That's all I have to hang on to. Ba-da-da-dum.
Bad idea. Rap. Brian, David, Gilbert, verse.
All right, we'll do fuck it. We'll do a director's commentary. You want a director's commentary? I'll give you one. So,
Hail.
so yeah, I've always wanted that bit. I remember it was back in back when Fight Marker did Scott the Woz vs. JonTron, the original version, all the way back when it was a Royale, back on SoundCloud. He had an intro bit where it was really drawn out and obvious so that it would be like, I can even pull this up for an example right here. Yes, it's Bing. Point and laugh, everyone point and laugh. If we're gonna do a director's commentary, I'm gonna do this like a proper, like, gamer gets to wander off and talk about whatever he wants here. So here it is. So it's during this intro bit.
Battle. JonTron.
So yeah,
Rap. Battle. JonTron.
oh, it's not on here. I think it's on the YouTube release instead, where it's like rap battle, and then he waits like a really, really long time to get to say JonTron. And I just wanted to like do a version where it actually like cuts in. And luckily, if I put the disclaimer during the first 2 bars, it cuts out quickly.
Bad idea. Rap. Brian, David, Gilbert.
So yeah, this little title card, it's obviously done in the style of, if you've seen the Unraveled videos, it's like the way that the text appears in front of Brian, or you know, around him when he says the title or the concept of the video. So that's what that is. Yeah, there's all the Scott battles in the background. This was everyone that we could find at the time. Just threw on a whole like wall of Scott references here. This background's made by Fight Marker. You just like threw this little thing together with the purple lighting. It's all very good. So I'm gonna actually save this for now.
David, Gilbert, versus.
Hail.
And then this is just an image of Scott's background with Pixel Chris. So I know I've seen some people say that like Chris is not the most like Scott lookalike to me or to them, which I do agree. He's not the closest we've got. I think of Vlad or maybe a Taiga is closer, but I think I just wanted to try something new, and I also just wanted Chris and I both love Scott the Woz, and we've been talking about getting Scott the Woz into a battle a lot between the two of us, so it's just something we wanted to try. And I think like his haircut isolated, just his haircut, if you look at just Chris's haircut, that's Scott. Like I think his head's a little taller than Scott's. Scott's has a more like Scott has a shorter head maybe.
Not here.
I should have been Scott. I wanted to be, but no one wanted me to be. But I asked in the crew of like, hey, should I just go for it and try to play Scott the Woz myself? No one wanted me to do it.
White guy. Oh, thank God, Speedy G. And here I thought I might die. This guy's pretty used to songs and lyrics, but at least on the bright side, I could beat him in Fling Smash. But I think I'll stick with nice rhymes. We got.
I think this battle's sin, if I may say so myself. It's like it's reference city. It's just like everything that's being said here is like it's too inside baseball. If you are not already a fan of Scott or Brian David Gilbert, this battle will mean nothing to you.
Thank God,
It's like a
Speedy G.
mess.
And here I thought I might die. This guy's pretty used to songs and lyrics, but at least on the
Are you the voice for Scott? In this one, I am.
bright side, I could beat him in Fling Smash, but I think I'll stick with nice rhymes. We got big
Talking about games.
The war starts we're making short. So, what do you think about this guy?
Yeah, like that's a reference, obviously. And I did this first because when I was writing this way back before, this was before either the Fight Marker battle or the also I think retroactively entertaining, well, not even retroactive, like it's still entertaining, but even now it's still entertaining, or the well-aged Scott the Woz versus Nathaniel Bandy. I wrote my battle before, or I had written a draft of this before all that, so, and it had all of Scott's friends, and I felt so smart being the first person to like properly put like have them do lines in his verses, and then fucking everyone else did it before I did. So yeah, these are real copies of Fling Smash. I don't know if Chris already had I think Chris already had these, or at least one of them, but I don't know.
I'll stick with nice rhymes. We got big talking about games, though our starts were making shorts. So, what do you think about this guy?
Are those arrows the wrong? No, those arrows are the right way.
So,
Thank
what
God.
do you think about this guy? Stop complaining about health insurance, like death's even a hurdle.
Like, that's a classic little Scott the Woz
I
bit there.
take your ass on a whirl, but you think that's some dumb damn.
Yeah, it's like, it's so inside baseball. I don't know. Like, I don't think this battle's bad, but I think it's just too inside baseball. I think it's not good for the average viewer. But I think for if you're like a die-hard Scott the Woz fan, this is like, oh, this is like a reference fest. Yeah, you see a little Travis Scott versus Michael Scott. The joke there is that it's a Scott versus Scott battle, and so we were like, the joke I think Fight Marker was doing was just like, we have all these Scotts, and now we have another Scott to throw on here.
Class could match with my ability. I defeat gods on a yearly basis with the power of virginity.
Shout out to Dilly for drawing up these little Scott the Woz bosses. These are actually really cute. Like, I haven't looked at this battle in a minute, but this is really cute. I really like it.
You're switching styles, leaving fans confused, and do so once a month.
Covering songs as a vampire?
Yeah, he's sucking away the fun. I know you're nervous.
That's a good bar. I still proud of mine.
Ever since you went full solo, but your video is of a place here with Chibi Robo. And that's
Yeah, Chris actually has all these games, and he just does all like these. I like that we have all these cuts like back and forth between in person.
but I had a pretty good start. Now it's your turn, Gilbert. Hey, just show us the bar.
I do like that you can very clearly tell that he's green screened in, and that he's standing. I do kind of think it's funny he's standing. I think that adds to the joke that fucking Rex Mose is standing for some reason. But yeah.
And I thought I had gotten away from gaming talk. Then they bring me back. I mean, what even is a WAD? You're just so confused.
Okay, I'm gonna explain this now, ahead of time. So this suit isn't blue. This suit is red. And what you see here is me painfully going frame by frame to mask out the suit and the mug to switch it to blue. The mug is blue, but I think it was so you can kind of see, if you look around here around Hazel's neck, you can see a bit of blue bleed in. Is that actually Carrick's place? Yeah, it is. So this suit is red, and I attempted to color shift it from red to blue, but obviously because human skin is red tinted, I would shift their skin to blue as well, and it would just look really weird. And I'm sure I could eventually like find all the right values to push everything into where I needed it to be, but realistically, I should have done that. No. I'm saying it out loud, and I'm realizing that's what I should have done. But what I instead did, because I'm stupid, was I went out and I masked their hair, neck, and hand. In pretty much every single frame you see here is me masking it out slowly in some way. Yeah, so the suit is red. And you can kind of see it bleed into the neck at times, but it was just like, it's a result of not only my masking not being perfect, but also me trying to blend it so it isn't super obvious. Because if you had a hard cutoff line, if I was off by just an inch, you would be able to instantly notice. But if you have a fade, it would be a little easier to pick something like that out.
Then they bring me back. I mean, what even is a WAD? You're just so confusing. And when I'm confused, I research. So friends, I'm gonna unravel why Scott the Woz is worthy work.
So yeah, that's again a little Brian David Gilbert unraveled like thing. I wrote this while Brian David Gilbert was mostly the unraveled guy, as in like now he's done a lot more work on like Dropout and the sort that I would definitely have referenced had I at the time had time to update this draft.
No milk bag, but you got white. Rhymes like Zelda dishes. Ice cold.
That's another, I don't think I did this, but I think Commander Jacob did this, of masking out Brian from this background, so you get a single shot of like, because this is the actual background, this is the actual place that we're cooking at for the Zelda video. Of like, a lot of these are just like, yeah, a lot of these are just locations that we masked Brian out of like, this is the room he was in when he was doing the video with his PC set up in the milk bag.
You got white friends like Zelda.
That's this whole battle, honestly. This whole battle's charm is just like, it's the reference, right? You know.
Ice cold. Perkins degree.
This is my house, actually. This is not like, it's a reference to, fuck it. I'm gonna spend this whole fucking commentary saying it's a reference to if I do this, but it's a reference to just a random video he did where he was talking about his like writing degree, and I just needed him against like a generic little wall, so I just grabbed a photo from my house.
Most normal guy in Ohio. Bring up white guys, you're the perfect picture style. Escape the border, but can take aside the box.
I do like that we had Chris do his own little copy of the Shutterstock Scott photo. That is really nice. It adds to the real thing.
Escape the border, but can take aside the box. This game, People 11 Square has already lost. Like his chief will show Scott is getting dropped. I kid, of course. Wozniak's known for making funny stuff. In fact, I've watched his videos and my reactions. What?
It's a reference to. I don't have time to do this for everything, so I just gotta.
Great fucking.
If we truly, I think there's like 100 references in this battle, which is too many.
Wow.
This is Patrick Gill, another guy from the former Polygon team. I think Polygon like fired most of their like original staff, and they have a mostly different team now from when like Unravel and the sort were going on, which is funny to think about.
Fucking flow.
Wanna make a good verse, Scott? Take fucking notes.
Alright, I don't know if Pixel Chris is watching this, but if Chris, if someone wants to link this to Chris for some reason, I'm gonna make a confession right now. It's been long enough, and I'm ashamed to admit it. I stole this line. As in, like, I didn't steal it one for one, but I stole, I think, the way to reference this joke of like the saying like, you want to do something good, take fucking notes, which this is obviously from Unraveled and the sorts, so it's not just like this is a joke that Chris came up with that I stole, but this is something that Chris in his draft, I'm just noticing the size difference and how I kind of messed that up between these two, but that's funny. Back when Chris was doing, I think it was MatPat versus BDG, which that's funny how they've both like moved on from that now, of like retroactively it's an even stronger line. I had made that, I saw that he had a line like take fucking notes, and I sort of took that and I shifted the punchline to be want to make a good verse, because instead it was like want to make good video. It wasn't the same thing, but it was like here's how to make a good fucking theory, take notes. It was something like that. I don't remember the exact.
That was a beef.
So here's the funny thing about this. You can clearly see, and I've sort of lied to myself with this the bit of like, Simply Razzie isn't. Taiga's definitely taller in real life, and the person Taiga's playing is meant to be taller, but like, if you look at their faces are just like, the size difference is enough that where you can kind of tell based on like their general build and the placement of everything and the way everyone's zoomed in and out. You can kind of tell that I've zoomed in Taiga a little much.
Take fucking notes.
As a vegan, that was...
But yeah, Simply Razzie isn't doing this line at all because we didn't have time for him to film the footage. So I just asked, because he already had some footage from when he filmed for Fight Marker. So I was just like, can you just send me that footage? And I picked this one take where it's like scratching his mouth, so there's like that plausible deniability. But no, you can clearly see he's not even trying.
That was a beef.
Yeah, that was clearly Gex. He missed his shots off target.
You're getting f***ed and I don't need sex.
Yeah, I just wanted to include as many of Scott's friends as possible into this whole battle. As all the references of like pretty much everything these guys say is like
As a vegan,
reference,
Yeah, that was clearly
reference,
Gex. He missed his shots off
reference,
You're getting f***ed and I don't need sex.
reference.
See that? I have friends.
Again, talk about a size difference. So like, I think I tried to match it up to how tall these guys are in real life, but obviously if you can tell by like the size of their heads put next to each other, you can kind of see, like Zawsome next to Taiga here especially, you can kind of see how much like more I had to zoom in on Taiga to make Taiga taller than Zawsome here. Uh, it's really obvious. I also just liked. I don't know why, but I laughed so hard when I saw this footage and I saw fucking Taiga just randomly hitting one of these for no reason.
Hey friends, you stand in front of a camera alone, but with polygon and twin squared, you're better off on your own. So treat your reps like Castlevania draft, give it another redo. Used up so much paper, the waste chasers would really need you.
Reference.
Leave this like Pumpkin Cowboy. That stupid gourd bitch. Or bring in Watermelon Man. That stupid gourd bitch.
That's a good little reference. I think it's one of those, like, it's a cute enough spin. It's a very inside spin, but that's cute. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking back. I feel like a different person than when I made this battle.
Wacky ice creams and haircuts make your online brand so great. Well, I got this one from Glover, and I own Madden 08.
I mean, obvious Madden 08 reference, but this is just something that I've always wanted to, like, this is the kind of line I would always have wanted to write in a Scott battle, where it's just, he says something completely unrelated and as a brag of, like, I own Madden 08.
I'm just the best at rapping. My rhymes belong in A tier, so call this battle a Burger King, because I ate here.
Time to wrap up this unraveled. We're done with fun and games, cause fixing that verse.
And yeah, I hadn't talked about to this too much, but the whole, like, the Brian's verses are meant to be like, Brian's verses are meant to be like an unraveled episode, pretty much, and you'll see it in a second. The, like, third act twist.
He looks like every white guy with brown hair and glasses. Wait, that's it. Maybe playing boring YouTuber Scott's lame role. So he isn't the worst. He's just the worst clone of James Roll.
So that's the twist on it. It's just in calling back to the verse of, like, instead of not the worst, it's the worst clone of James Rolfe. And this is the one little cute part. And this is what the suit originally looks like. Perfect. Here we have a frame here. This is what the suit's original colors look like. This is the unedited version of it. This is the reference to the Pokey rap of, like, this little. Oh yeah, I ate here. Yeah, I've always had that little line idea in my head too. That's another one I want to do this battle for. But here, I'll just play this section unfiltered. Or unpaused.
Clone of James Roll. Porygon sing, shovelware content on link, repeating jokes every scene, the same catchphrase, the same routine. Here's some free advice from me, like a baker, give up on dreams, cause BDG is dropping, eat breakfast sandwich philosophy. I got the spice like Laugana, so I can spit.
Holy shit, how did you time that pause? I don't know. The suit's the original color the whole time. I just changed the color of the whole scene to be, like, flashy. So if I paused on most frames, you'd be able to find the original suit color. But yeah, this is more or less what the original suit looks like. Here, this is it. This is the frame here of, like, going frame by frame here. This is the most unedited you'll see the footage. This is what the suit looks like originally. These are the actual colors.
Content on link, repeating jokes, give up on dreams, cause BDG is dropping, eat breakfast sandwich philosophy. I got the spice like.
And again, every single line is like a reference. I don't have time to go into, like, the reference for every line. Clue. Scott. That is an actual copy of Scott the Woz Clue that Chris is holding.
It's all over for you. I've managed to top Scott the Woz.
Another great Commander Jacob, what's it called? Clone stamping, because Brian, the actual Brian Dave Gilbert's in there originally, and we clone stamped him out, and we covered it with Hazel.
And I was able to do it all while being my own boss.
Who won?
And here's the little twist. So, for those of you, if you look carefully, you might be able to see Hazel skin looks noticeably more, like, ghoulish. And that's because in the rush to release this is what the footage looks like if I just shifted it to blue without cutting around the skin and hands. This is what it did to Hazel. And so that's why I had to go frame by frame and sort of cut their hand and skin out so they would look normal. Otherwise, you get this. Which, I don't know if that ruins the battle or the magic for you, but that's the reality.
Who won?
There's a little editing
next?
magic.
Who asked? Stay tuned for the next bad idea rap battle, which is on the way.
I don't know. I don't hate this battle, obviously, but I just think it's so, like, not how it's something that I was making back in, like, 2022, and it feels very much like a project that was meant to be released in 2022. I think if this was released in 2022, it would have been, lauded by the masses, perhaps, but perhaps not these days. not by the time we got to 2024. A little too late for this battle to come out. But yeah. All right, let's take some more requests. Yeah, I'll say the same thing as I said for last time. Feel free to just throw things out there. Okay, there we go. Boom. I was just about to say, if you want to guarantee a reaction, then you feel free to donate of like a $1 minimum to guarantee that I will react to it. So we're gonna watch Troy McClure now. Oh boy, I love Simpsons. I love me some Simpsons. I love the Simpsons. I do like the Simpsons. I'm not a diehard Simpsons fan because I have not watched as much as I probably admit to, but everything I've seen of the Simpsons I really enjoy. So, and this includes it.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such fictional crossovers as Superman vs. Steve Urkel and Christmas Abe Goes to Narnia. I'm here in a Simpsons rap battle crossover with Mr. DNA from Jurassic Park. Which one of us will have the most hip rhymes? Let's find out together. Hi there, I'm Troy McClure. I'm distinguished. You might know me from a little show called The Simpsons. You're known from a theme park that stole Disney's offerings, their mascot's DNA, because you represent a copy. Your scienticians run a brainless operation. I know a smarter ape, Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. All my movies educate and entertain the children. Your viewers had restraints and you failed to hold their interest.
Well, hey, everybody. We had this actor guy McClure was fame ended a while ago. He might be a dinosaur. But he thinks he's still the man of your dreams. He's so focused on his looks that he can't even see. His first marriage was a ploy to gain fame, hence the quick divorce. Sees that any love from Troy McClure is a Trojan horse. He even tried to make a child just to get attention. Not fix genetic code while he's breaking codes of ethics.
Ethics? Your owner is a shady guy. His island had 12 people. 8 survived. You're double
That's good.
stranded. He's double standard. Went from spare no expense to spare no lives. Hasn't he heard of the food chain or any sort of chain that would keep the T-Rex from escaping in the rain? His tree sap clothes nearly shatter some squirts. I can't believe he invented the Amber Alerts. He really...
That's the thing. Mr. PowerPoint here. I think as a creator, his strength is in a lot of his writing, in a lot of like, a lot of thinkers, you know? He's a thinker kind of creator. In the sense of just like, I think if I were to critique, like, I'm sure there's places to critique in, I think, the audio and undoubtedly the video format. But I think as a creator, his strength and the thing that he really wants us to focus on is, his punchlines, his word flips, all that goodness. And he does a lot of them. And he's very, like, quick. It's like line after line after line in that way. It's not just references, it's like it's the play on the reference, which I think is the problem with something like Scott vs. Brian in comparison.
thought his park would be safe and sound, but one day of bad weather took his head out the clouds. Meanwhile, my wedding took the world by storm. Like a velociraptor, it opened new doors. But I take the B-list before your mosquitoes. Your science feeds the wallet of a blood-sucking weirdo. Selma knew my goals. I exhibit great candor, but Mr. DNA, I don't know what you stand for.
Alright, about a little history lesson. Troy McClure hit his peak back in 77. Then he proved that he was even worse at reading lines than Hammond. He has all his DNA, but not a single strand of talent. Once the
yeah, Eric's very good at coming up with these little punchlines and stuff. So I don't know. As a creator, I really respect that from him. It's very clear that his is like forte.
He switched to propaganda and he tried some scamming, reminiscent of such people as Lyle Landley. But that's not all. He's washed up in another sense. Let's just say it's clear that he prefers the waterbed. Once the truth came out, the Springfielders were scared of him. But don't worry, kids. Jurassic Park is no aquarium. The laws of nature are just one kind he breaks. But his agent will tell you that love finds a way. So his freaky fish hookups are real and they're horrid. But at least we all remember him from Wheel of Fortune.
But yeah, I think so. I think this is good. I think that yeah, I don't know how to put it. I don't know where I was going with that other than this is fun. This is cute. I like it. I think my type of thing where it's like I really love a good audio that I can like immerse myself in, and I don't think it's necessarily what he does. But I think it doesn't matter because what his actual strength is, he's so good at already. In that I don't think he would need to compensate in that way. So, yeah, good job, Eric. Thank you for the dono. Wham, wham. That was short too. Maybe I was just like drowning in like, I felt like I was like in a pool drowning watching Scott versus Ryan. And so it feels good to just like be able to blast through something and watch it and have fun. So we'll pull up the wheel again and I will put things down on the wheel. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Eric. Alright, so yeah, I'll start taking suggestions after Eric's little message there. Like Max Headroom versus DB Cooper. I feel like 75 people have made this battle. Alexander the Great versus Genghis Khan. Well, I definitely have seen that one. Colin versus Fantano. Granny versus Warden. Natsuki versus Cookie. Monster. Pack God versus Ghostface. Green Mean. I'm seeing one creator show up a couple times here. Sonic.exe versus Red. Sure. We'll throw Monokuma versus Kane on there. And then one more for the road. Or 9. We can cap it up to 9. Oh, okay. Felicia versus Misfortune. Rabby Cat battle. Boom. Now we look away. We can't look back. So how are you guys doing? How's your day? Hope you're all doing well. Sorry I'm still on. I said this with Trip. I'm really tempted now to say, if we hit $50 on this stream, I will get off. Is that something I can do? Oh my god, I can do that. I can set a goal and say if I hit a goal, I will get off Bing. I feel really bad asking for people for asking for money just to get off Bing. But I don't know. Boy, Rabby's Cat battle. That's what we're doing. You set a stream goal in Streamlabs. Well, I'm not using Streamlabs. I'm using OBS or OBS. $50 for no Bing. See, I was going to do that, but it feels weird being like, guys, I know how the world's going, but if you guys give me $50, I can get off Bing. No, that'll happen organically. That will not be a goal. As in, like, I'm not going to outright state that as a goal. If we get to $50, sure, I'll get off Bing. But I don't even... Okay, it requires me to keep count of what we've had so far. So, $2 from Eric, I noticed that. $2 earlier, that's 4, 9, 11. Okay, so we're at 11. I need to make that like a note. Here, actually, I can do a text layer on OBS. So, that's what we'll do. If people are so dire for me to get off Bing, I'll make note of that. $11 out of $50 for a gamer to get off Bing. And I will just you'll have to, oh my god, you'll have to remind me to update that with every donation. But I'll keep mine. I'll keep that in mind. I am an honest man, if nothing else. I'd like to be thought of as an honest man. I should say, right? Oh no! Moving the wrong shit. No! Stop! I want to move the text layer! Everything's going wrong! My stream's falling apart! Okay, there we go. Boom. Rabby being sponsored by Pizza Hut? Dude, anyone can get sponsored by anything these days. What kind of world do we live in? There. Alright. There, the Bing goal is set up.
Big New Yorker
Have
for
fun,
only
people.
$10. Don't forget to pizza
100
before the
for me to hit for me to use Yahoo.
Old Spice
Let's hit
Nation
50
isn't-
first, and then we'll see how we feel about it. Is that Ronnie Chang? All right, let's fucking watch this battle.
Rap battle. Alicia versus Tao Kaka versus Miss Fortune.
I don't know any of these characters. Bad Star, I know. I don't know any of these characters. I love that we get in like 1v1 1v1s. I'm loving that battles are doing new things again. Not new things, but like switching things up again.
I'll start it off and get you both in a round first. Roll in and lay you out flat, cause I'm your groundwork. My paws have printed marks and marbles since I hit the charts. Handling crossovers for your litters, got the litter box. If you're the best at
Shout out
litters,
Langle.
about to fight this, that makes a lot of sense. Your town isn't the brightest. You never keep on top.
Misfortune from Skullgirls. Yes.
Topic, you just sleeping on it.
This is a fighting game cat
Wanna be unconscious.
girl
And
battle,
Fortune's lucky
I
to not
think.
fold under pressure. With all those losses, it's amazing you're still holding together. But go and mess with this pop star, I'll finish it with a bang. Then this kitty will finally fit with the fishbone gang.
Fishbone gang.
Eating that life gem was probably unpleasant, but in your shoes, I would eat it with no thought whatsoever. Listen, I already flipped the script, so go and copy that. And if you really wanna take names, here's my autograph.
Hey, fighting me wasn't a bright idea. I mean, I'm literally ahead, and you guys can't keep up. So get yours in the game, or turn tail and run away. Battling misfortune must not be your lucky day. Felicia
Yeah, this is one of those we were talking about in comparison to the Eric battle earlier of like, the writing probably is not as punchy. I think that there are definitely good punchlines in here. Not to say Rabbi Head doesn't have good punchlines, but this is where I'm more what I'm into in terms of like, this is an audio that my brain can just turn off and be like, yeah, I like the performances, I like the beat, I like the sound of
if
it.
she sends a punch, cause her collections don't prevent her from collecting dust. And no resurrection's gonna make her zombies look fresher. Darkstalkers are not dead.
Somebody should tell her.
And I make my way through Blaze Blue, sold straight to you.
I think this is supposed to be originally this is Beat Black Roses, who does a pretty good performance, so shout out to them.
Used to getting shade when I face you.
But I think there's like there's a real fun thing going on with just the casting here of like, I think originally these were all people that I don't know if it was me who did this, because I think someone else might have casted Senpai first. I don't remember. I'll save that for myself then. I'll save that little factoid for myself.
Dim-witted. Compared to me, y'all are downplayed. Cause I could take out a glutton and an actor with an outtake. And the last thing you'll see when you're sky high is one lucky cat waving at you like
Bye bye.
Wow, you really brought Tao a full course dinner.
And then this is Senpai,
Girls game would be fish bones in no minute. Tao's
who's a
looking
great
for,
friend
what
of the
she's
channel.
looking for is a bounty. So she's got to wipe the floor with
I don't think I've worked with Senpai on my channel specifically. Senpai, I don't know if I was the one to introduce them into FRB, but I was definitely, I think they credit me as one of their first in terms of, it was with my Ibuki Miyoda battle, and similarly with Lee of, or Langle, where I had gotten them for Kamaru Naegi. That was their first project, and it's very lovely to see both of them get so much work after I've gotten so much work. I'm really glad to have worked with them. I'm really glad to introduce them to the community. Beat Black Roses, definitely not my doing. They were in battles long before. I don't know about long before. I don't know how many roles they've done before, but or like when's their oldest stuff. But I was definitely not the person to introduce. I do remember this was I do remember originally it was Ace Music, who was someone that I had reintroduced to the community when I got them to be in Gamer Junko 2. They had done like one battle with Tract long ago, but no one had really contacted them in between, and then they were starting to get more work after that. Again, it's fun seeing people I work with get more work in the community.
yeah. Naked lady has to satisfy the kitties.
Okay, now that we're seeing the naked lady thing, I also don't know. I think it's just because it's so cartoonish and the important bits seem to be covered, to my understanding. So I guess that's why it's allowed on here. I think if she was drawn more realistic, there'd definitely be that would be more likely to be tagged.
Wait, which one's the thief and who does the singing? Headshot, mugshot, oh, what's the difference? You got wanted poster, you were on your posters, but they were better hanging on tail, scratching post first.
I like that there's supposed to be no difference between that. I think there is, but that's me.
Take it from me, but I'm the actor, yet you guys are the ones making a scene. And yeah, I hang with zombies, and fortune's the exact same. Undead and headless, no wonder you lack brains.
Man, you're nothing to the punks that I pummel.
So yeah, here's where the battle would get more interesting.
Run for some cover, but looks like nobody's got ya. Kitty was left in the cold, now I'm leaving you boxed up.
I've heard it all before, you're by no means original.
I like when we get into the proper like 1v1v1 part of this, and not just like 3 separate verses.
There's no one nearly as rusty as you.
Naked lady's kinda right about beef boots. I can't really tell who's the bigger copy between you.
Please, you were made 'cause guilty gear was out of service. Then Ark circled back without you, and the wheel of fate is turning.
Keep your eyes on your target. Maybe that's
Yeah, like I like this. I like the back and forth like little like thing that they're doing, where it's just all. I don't know, they're all bouncing off of each other. It's something that I remember trying to do. It's a similar idea, or perhaps layout to when I remember doing like Diva versus Shaki versus Pokimane. Not a good battle. Don't go back and watch that one. But it's, I don't know, it's interesting to watch how people like do the 1v1v1 thing of like trying to do, where I think this is probably the most obvious way you do it, where it's like each of them gets a proper verse and then they all go into the more like bang 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 bang. Similar thing with like the Johns in ERB, right? I don't need to explain that to you. You're watching this stream, you know what I'm talking about.
Char's not sure why they're fighting, but it seems fun. Lucky Tail's finished with fishies. Now let's eat up.
Yeah, my only wish would be the 1v1v1 part was a bigger part of it. Like I would have made the verses a little shorter and allowed for the back and forth to really like feel like a second half of the battle, not just like a, I don't know. I don't feel like the back and forth was long enough for me. I would have preferred a longer part. Wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 What? Oh, okay. Fuck me then. Alright. Next suggestion. Let's reset. What's wrong with me? I'll let this play out. Stop. No ads for Ravi. He deserves none of my money. Metaton versus Riddler. Al Capone. Eric, you little greedy punk. I'll add it, but... if we land on Eric, I swear to God. Oh, I saw that. Okay, I'll switch it to Smile Dog versus Whiteface. Smile Dog versus Whiteface. Is that? Nah, that's the. Is that the? Is Smile Dog Whiteface the one the Dilly battle? Is it the same one that Path is suggesting? Green Mean, yep, I see that. Ridley Rayquaza. I haven't seen that in a minute. I'd be interested in watching Ridley versus Rayquaza. And then Granny Warden. And then what's number 10 here? I will put, I see Doggy Toe Jumbo Josh. Alright. Give it a shot here. Pow! Get out of here, Robbie. Alright, I think that should do it. We're watching Al Capone versus Pablo Escobar. I assume by Garrett. I don't know if anyone else has done it, but... Oh, you know what? One person has done it. It was like an old, barely released Snakebite audio for like a bit. Oh, I wonder if I could find that. I don't know if I should even get to share it, but... This is a long one. Strap in.
You want to start a bar war with the drug lord, then as Godfather says, let's get through the mattress. I'm a master of tickies, my gas is so bad you'll be dead before you even realize what is happening. I'm savage, no for drug trafficking, the drug trafficking, there's no stopping me. Head of the Yin cartel, no one threatens me, cause motherfuckers know I'm the boss MC. Escobar, I spit the best of bars, take a step too far, you'll be pushing up this, you're never gonna...
I think the lip syncing's a little off here. I don't know. No, maybe. I think he did. Yeah, because I think Garrett is filming to a different. He's filming to his own take of Escobar, which I'll say on here that we got that casting changed.
Fuckers know I'm the boss MC. Escobar, I spit the best of bars. Take a step too far, you'll be pushing up this. You're never gonna phase me. You must be crazy, but I pretend I'm a tax and just fucking evade me. You're loaded and rugged. You better give up quick. I'll be a rat pissed if I'm not respected. For an organized crime boss, you're a sloppy mess. Should have organized your funds, your ass wouldn't get arrested. Now pay attention, you arrogant fool. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
I like him trying to. Let's see that here. Yeah, he's trying. The hand's like feathered in. I think the feathering's a little too strong on that. You can notice a little too much. It's like, and the way it digs into his shoulder here, you can kind of see the. But I appreciate the fact that he tried that instead of just like not doing it, and like yeah.
Alright, tough guy, you wanna spar? Check the scars. Comes to bars, I go hard. So far, you live up to your name.
I also know this is not a. This is a hat that he like made or something, right? Like this is not.
From you, I got what I expect. No bars. Get a Pablo? Nah, bro. This my boss is soft as Bob Ross. I ain't the one to cross a lyrical standoff. The cats like a headshots like a pole pop star. But caps and bitches, it's strictly business. Leave you in stitches, I'm simply vicious. Delivering dishes with ill intentions. You messing with this, and you'll be sleeping with the fishes.
This is the one thing I did mention it to Garrett, I think, but I think this part's like a little off flow. It's a little behind flow. But let me try to do it myself. Hold on. Dishes, intentions. This then, fishes. Yeah, like it. You can see it bleeding into the next bar, as in I don't know why, but I think I want to say it's because of the. It's because of the accent he's doing, but it's just slightly, there are like a few points here where it feels like it gets in the way of like the flow that he's already written. Not that he's like a bad writer, but I feel like he knows what the flow is supposed to be, and it's just somehow a bit off here. It's just slightly offbeat in a way that's like noticeable to me. What's going on? Hello? Whoa. Odd. Reset. Oh, well. The heck's going on here? Aldi? I can't believe I'm getting screwed over by Aldi. This is weird. Hold on, let me try this in a new tab. 1 second, sorry. But I think my internet is just messing with me a little here. Huh. That's weird. I've never had that happen before. Sorry, gang. Having a bit of a technical difficulty situation here. I will, let me quickly turn this off, and I will, give me 1 second. I'm really sorry about this. Let me try to fix this really quick on my own, and I'll see if I can. Disadvantage of using Bing. Are we blaming? Okay, are we? Okay, you know what? I'm okay to say this is Bing's fault. That works for me. Bing's fault. Everybody wants to bully Bing, and most people probably have a good reason for bullying Bing. Yeah, I don't think it's a Bing problem, I will say. I think it's genuinely a me problem on my end, that for some reason I think, because I'm trying to play videos just off of Discord as well, and it's just a bit messy on that end. So I don't know if I quickly swap the Wi-Fi, will that stop the stream? Like, if I quickly reset my Wi-Fi, do people know if that'll stop the stream? Because that's what I might try to do then, if that's the case. Oh, okay, never mind, we're back. That was easy.
I don't even know what street Columbia is on. You blow up cars, but trust me, you don't want none. But I dropped Chicago's pineapple rapper. So get out of here, man. You can't take the hits. You and your average dad bod ain't built for this. Look at your throat slit with Capone spits. Now make like your smartphone and fold, bitch.
Yeah, like, he's able to be on flow. He knows what the flow is.
Bullshit. You think you're winning this? Already lost the battle with syphilis. I'm sick of this idiot, little lip-dick hypocrite. Put your arrest like cardiac arrest, cause I'm killing this. I'm recruiting the menace, you can't go the distance. When your dirty hookers will get clapped in an instant. You're behind in bars, so stop resisting. You think smart fucked and your ass was in prison. Bringing out the big guns, I'm no stranger to that. In fact, I'm untouchable with the raps, no cap. Been taking a bat and cracking in half for 3 racks and put this fat hag in a body bag and I never look back.
Yeah, like, that's another instant where it's like, he's just off measure by like a half beat. Here.
Bringing out the big guns, I'm no stranger to that. In fact, I'm untouchable with the raps, no cap.
And like the last one, he ends on beat, but he's just, I don't know if he's starting late or if he like stumbles somewhere in the middle and it's late, but it's just slightly off in a way it's noticeable to me.
Ultimate defying and violent crime giant. Rhymes with precise timing when I'm firing. Betrayed by your friends and they ended up dying. Instead of facing me, your actions stayed in hiding.
This is still pretty good though.
For a guy who hates poverty, raps are damn poor. Should've hired some hitmen to write those bars. I'm the most evil, clever, and especially gangster.
Oh shit, man. What's going on with the side of his face here? I don't know if that's the makeup, but you see that there's a line on the side of his face that's like noticeable. I don't know. Oh, speaking of like 3-person battles again. Jesus. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm getting a lot to look at here. Hold on. I am interested in the idea that it ends on a fictional one. There's something that's fun and cute about that. Switch. That classic green screen explosion. That's supposed to be a scar? Okay, I figured as much, yeah. Not. Yeah, I can tell that those are like real. That they're all different sizes. I can tell. Well, as in like I think they're all obviously not real. So the way they're made are like different sizes. But it's interesting watching him try to lay it out where it's like this rifle. No, is that a drum gun or is that a Tommy gun? That should be bigger than this little pistol here. Like these two pistols feel way too big next to that, right?
Wait a minute, who the hell are you? He's fake Scarface, don't get it confused. Look, pal, we're the real gangsters here. We ain't got time for a fictional people like me.
I like him being like fucking like no, fuck you. He's also I like this guy looking into the camera. I like Tony Montana looking into the camera and not the two people he's rapping at.
I'm a legend, man. Then even worse, punch your fingers at me, man. When both of you swear your family name.
That doesn't rhyme, does it? What's the rhyme here?
For a fictional juice, people like me. I'm a legend, man. Then even worse, punch your fingers at me, man. When both of you swear your family name. The CIA, DA, paramilitary, mafia, police, yeah, and army just to kill me.
Garrett's really like Garrett and Feinberg are really like going all in with this performance. I kind of like it. I'm turning around on it. When he says okay, I'm really imagining like the classic little Garrett pose there. It's like I did it again. I really wanted one of those. I don't know if he does that at any point in this battle. I really want. Yeah, like that. The flow is much better there for Capone. You can see the slight cutoff here where with the guy who falls over. I think is that. Oh, it's his hat. It's his hat. Well, yeah, you can't really control that. That sucks. I think in that kind of thing, you just have to be really careful about it and like either like hide it behind the table, or something else. You know. Yeah, of like cutoffs like these, you definitely gotta be willing to move some people around the camera to make it work. Yeah, I think there's just a few like framing issues that could be cleaned up here in that last verse. I noticed the framing issues especially. Maybe it's the way this verse was filmed in comparison to how Garrett's stuff was filmed with his friend. But I don't know. Pretty solid overall. I think also I would cut up the early parts here just to be a little shorter, just to give it a more tight runtime. You get like the best parts of it, just so then when the third act happens, you can really get like, because this battle's really long, obviously, and I don't think it's like it doesn't drag, but it definitely feels like it could be a little tighter at points. That's how I feel. You guys want to see a real chaotic rap battle? Someone suggest some of that Ryu versus Bruce Lee goodness. That's a fun watch. Go fish. Alright. Back to the wheel. Okie dokie. Thank God. Okay. Problem fixed. Ah, my neck. Rocky versus Karate Kid. That sounds really familiar. Is that the... No, I do know that one. I definitely know that one. Natsuki versus Cookie Monster. Green versus Mean. Fantano versus Colon. Nagito versus Jumbo Josh. Aladdin versus Guanum. Doom versus Doof. Tune into the what am I doing? Pack God. Jesus. Okay, we're really getting into it now. Getting a lot of these now. Ghostface. Smiling versus DHMIS. Alright, this I think is going to be our list. So I hope I didn't get a double up. I don't think I got a double up on anyone, and I think that's about the 10 for now. So that'll be our wheel for now. Sorry if you didn't get yours in. Reminder that a donation will guarantee a spot then. Just of like a single $1. That's the bar minimum here. No pressure to donate. I do not want to make it sound like I'm asking for people to donate. I'm saying if you really, really want me to see something, that's your best way of guaranteeing it. We're watching some of that Eddie FRB goodness. That's the winner. We're gonna give Eddie our money, guys. Actually, no, because you're all watching it with me. So all of you should watch it with me.
Both of my hands up in
so
the air
that
like
it's
this.
just to Eddie. We lose money. Eddie loses money, I should say. If I don't have money, how do I donate? It's a good point. I don't know if I have an answer for that one. I do. Oh my god, because I don't have YouTube Premium on this account. Whatever. Battle's so damn overhated. I thought that said overrated again. But that's funny. 4 vs Flumpty on the list. I'll be after this one, but I'm gonna put it now just so I don't forget because I feel myself forgetting already. What's $2.79 in Canadian dollars? What is that in American dollars? CAD to USD. Yes, yes, yes. Laugh at the Bing. Come on, let's get it over with. Okay. $2.79. Okay, that's about $2. So we'll say $2. So that adds to Gamers Anti-Bing Fund. There we go. $13.
Animation forces anything. Smiling Friends versus Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
I will say, I actually really love the first half of this battle. The second half, I've talked with Eddie personally extensively about my thoughts on it, and we'll get into some of them here, so let's find out.
Well, hello, little critters.
Please listen for a while.
Cause we're the Smiling Friends and we're here to make you smile.
No offense, but like, what was your plan? They're literally puppets. I don't even think that they can. Wow.
And listen, I'm not saying Gamer's a casting genius, but you know who came up with Zawsome as Charlie Dompler? This guy. Boom! What can I say? I'm ahead of my time. You know? Now, someone was probably going to come up with this casting at some point. I was just the first person to. But yeah, I think it's a great casting.
They're literally puppets. I don't even think that they can.
Wow, look, it's a trio of Muppet Show rejects.
I know, yeah, it's Dennis like Jazz doing all three. That's really good, man. Like, Pim, Alan, Glep, I'll say that's pretty, obviously Glep is just like, so, maybe a little bit, the Alan is really good. I think Pim's a little more off, but still.
I think I found out where all of my cheese went. Glep watches you on his iPad sometimes.
What the fuck?
Relax, Charlie. There must be something to get them grinning. Perhaps we could go look for that hot.
I think Smiling Friends is the one, like, yeah, I would say the one franchise where it's just like, you can just do the voice, or you can just do the reference and people will like it. It's like, it doesn't need to be a clever line. The humor just works it that way. Didn't Zawsome already do Charlie in Snake Bites battle? No, it was Jax. He was Jax in that one. I don't think Charlie said anything in the Snakebite battle. And even then, I feel like... Now you're forcing me to double check this. We're going to do some cross-referencing really quick. Now I feel like I need to stand on business.
We have got to the...
So this releases August 20th. And yeah, he's not credited for Charlie at all. And then if we go to here, which... Bingo. Go to this over here with this guy. When does this come out? It's around the same time. It's around August 2020. Oh, wow. It's like a whole month later. Whoopsie. But still. Yeah, this is where we first would have come up with it. You start saying who won at the end of each battle? Do I not already do that? I don't do it for the Smash Bros stuff, but that's because it has a different format. Has the Big J seen Jinx versus Junko? Buddy. As if you think I haven't seen Jinx versus Junko. Of course I've seen Jinx versus Junko. Anyway, I'm going to pull up Forza Funty because we do have that on the board later. Let's watch this.
Listen, Pip, I hear ya, but like the duck, it should stay dead. It looked like fully and no one wanted to save it.
You change your own batteries, you strange life.
And I love that it's like the whole crew as well.
Computer jacking on.
This beat,
It's
so fun.
But dude, never to ghost again. I swear to God.
Attention freaks.
Get away and be quiet. Attention freaks. I will always compete with Calvin for this role. You know, I'm gonna use this chance to boost myself up. I know someone was saying something about Ryan's rap battles as Pim, and I get it. You know, he's a little rich guy that goes, "Oh, I'm Ryan." I can do a better Pim, and I'm putting that on the books than Ryan. I think I can do a better. I know I can do a better Pim than him. I haven't gotten another chance to do it since, but I think I can definitely do a better one. I'll put that down. That's my little like fucking pow on him. I'll fight him over that. And I think I could do Duck Guy as well. I could definitely do a Duck Guy. I have a DHMIS battle on the books. I'll say it here. Fuck it. I'll build hype for it now. It's gonna be a while before. It's gonna be a long while before you guys ever see it come out. But I have a Pomni versus Red Guy draft sitting in the books that we're waiting to develop. The reason we're waiting for it to develop is just because I want to have the budget to do it properly. But I don't know, and I'm dying to, because I think I had shared this with Eddie as well. That's why I was talking to him about DHMIS. Let's get back to this.
Strange laughing stock. Your father's on
the family computer jacking on.
I get you want to jumpstart your show like Mr. Frog, but dude, never to ghost again.
I'm rambling. I have so much to say on this battle still.
Get away and be quiet.
Pink water size are two different sizes. I don't recognize Eddie at all. And same with I'm not a. I don't watch. I hate everything personally, but I thought this was great casting, fantastic cast.
What so-called creative would greenlight this help?
Will there be another Digital Circus episode by then? I'm waiting for the series to be over before I start making it. So when their 9-episode run ends, and they've said they're not doing like another season, that's when I'll start like continuing development on it. Oh, say who I think won after each battle. Okay, sure, for sure.
Well, I wouldn't say their work really counts as a profession. The charity cases.
Just like unemployed Brendan.
Brendan's just like our red one.
He's not. He's barely on screen.
Pesky B-plot.
If you make people smile, do Big Nose here first. He seems to get in your hair and on your nerves.
If your startup needs help, give
Computer try.
Pim
Deserves to die. I love it. I love like this part of the battle. It's so sharp. It's so clever. It flies by you in such a good way.
You won't leave till we smile.
So I wonder what will happen if we don't for a while.
Oh, come on, guys, that's silly. Keep trying and you'll get it.
Pip, can I talk to you over here for a second? Listen, Pip, I don't
And then
job to help these guys out.
here's a little thing where it happens. They'll have a little talk.
I just don't think we're risking our time here.
Try, you know.
Yeah, I know that, but I
Well,
just don't really think you're gonna be able to do anything
you and
about it.
I
I don't know if
should
it's
just try to help
possible
him
for
out
us to.
somehow, you know?
I just don't really think we
You
should
gotta
do
try to
it.
make him smile.
Excuse me, we're trying to have a conversation over here. So could
Yeah, it's
you just
about
try
us.
to? Yeah, you know, just about your talking about you.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
You should get your smiles growing.
Oh, hey, Mr. Boss, it's good to see you.
Yeah, Mr. Hey, we're trying to make these guys smile. Do you think you could?
This is
Boys, now
yeah, this
who
is
do I
Rec
have
D.
the pleasure of teaching. That's great. Take it away, me. Smiling is good for you and your body too. Yes, it's true. Just think of all the good things it could do for you and you and you. Me? It's good for your brain and it's good for your heart. Is it good for my shredder? You'll never know till you start. 'Cause smiling is good for you and your body too.
This part, yeah, I think this part's pretty good. I think what I said to Eddie at the time was just I think the trick of like a good "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" song is that they're like really catchy, and I think this is just like a level under the catchiness of a "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" song. I think it's just not as good of a song, but it's not bad at all for sure. Thank you, Cityswell, and thank you for Don Sons. I forgot to add those. Let me go ahead and add those while I talk right now. Yeah, I think the thing about it is like they're solid, but they're just not as they're not as good as songs as like, you know, the stuff from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I'd say that's my only critique, I guess, of that section. I do think it goes a little long also, but that's my personal feelings on it. All right, there we go. That's the cue now. We have the cue going. What's the, let me get the euro. Is that the euro? Yeah, it's €1. Okay, it's an up thing. It goes up. Is €1? No, it's not. Okay, €1 is $1. Okay, perfect. Just keeping the thing updated. So we're up to $16. $6? $7? That's the actual thing.
You smile. Really? You guys like babies or something? I'm not.
I don't know how old I am.
I think this is, yeah, I think this is fun, and I think it has good jokes. Like, I think this section, if it didn't have the good jokes that it has, it would be really insufferable. So.
I'll teach you how. Smiling is easy for me.
And for you three. Yes, sirree.
Just curve your mouth up with a cute TE, and you will quickly see you can smile with the mouth of any old style.
I have no mouth.
And you must smile.
I never got the Am reference there, but.
Smiling is easy for me, and for you three. My face won't do it.
I don't really think this is gonna work, man.
It better. Smiling is for your own good. It releases
Says dopamine.
Nobody likes feeling sad, so don't make your sadness seem. You could walk down the street with a grumpy old frown, but somebody you meet might take you down.
Like, that's a good way of like incorporating like the underlying humor of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, of something where it's like the secret creepiness.
So smile, it's good for you and your body too.
Look, my face is covered in all this. That one has a beak, and that one's an idiot. We're not smiling.
You don't want to smile?
Yeah, like this section's funny. I think I was confident in Eddie doing a smiling friends battle because I think he is a funny guy and he has the right humor for it. But I was interested in seeing what he does with a Don't Hug Me battle because I think it's such a weird show and you have to really like lean into that. Especially when you put it against something like Smiling Friends. So I was really interested to see if Eddie would commit to the weird. And he definitely does. So I really appreciate that.
This is so disrespectful.
If only there was more gore. Oh, sorry. I just... but there is a fucking triple stab. I made like an edit of this that I posted. That was like, there's like an edit of Dolly Dimpley right behind the guys right here. It gets me every time. I got like a little Twitter clip out of it.
Now let's agree to leave and never come back.
Yeah, that little like that's so it is a very good understanding of both properties. So great job, Eddie. Alright. So you've never seen the Dolly edit? Here, let me see if I can quickly pull it up. It releases dopamine. Here it is. So this is that edit right there of just Trip adds little Dolly Dimply sitting there. Every character in a TV show. I would love to. I think this is not confirmed, but I'll put this out there into the world that I would be interested in trying it. I think I would like to try when I get to my Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared battle to voice all 3 of them myself. Maybe. Because I think I could. Attention, freaks! Get away from me, Duncan. I could do Duck Guy. I can at least do Duck Guy. I would at least love to do Duck Guy. Ah! What does he say? What's his little phrase? Let me think of a little Duck Guy phrase right now. It's my shredder. I don't know. Alright. Let's move on to 4 versus Flumpty. Is this just a... Okay, it's just a... creator. What are those called? Like the little Marvel precursor. I don't know what it is. Pesky Bee. Oh my god, you're right. Pesky Bee. Digital style. Oh my god, how could I forget? It's been a minute since I watched the series too. God damn, maybe I should rewatch it. I want to see a picture of a skeleton. It's not just called an intro. Bumpers might be the closer term. No, it's not just an intro. There's another thing where it's like, there's another term of it, of the little creator pre-logo. I don't know what you know what I'm talking about. It's not. There's a word for it that's not just intro. Whoa, that's cool.
Listen up, contestants. X will be hosting today's challenge. There's an egg on the premises that's needing my absence. Don't think I haven't noticed you stalking my competition. I'll crack this egg on his head and give him a proper dissing. Don't know your game, but one look at your insides will show we don't flow the same yolk for brains. So you better get the picture or you'll leave like the clown. I'll put you on a skillet so you won't be sticking around.
Well, hi, I'm an egg. I transit far beyond your comprehension. I marked your little spot as mine.
That's fun.
Like what X
Yeah, wow. Visually, this is already very cool. I was to say, I've been thinking this a lot about rap battle animated videos, where a lot of the time there's no camera movement beyond what the animator has already done. So I love when there's actual additional camera work. Obviously, a lot of it is done in camera, as in with the. It's done, with that. I also don't really know about Battle for Dream Island and Mr. Flumpty here. I'm not an object show guy. I know my girlfriend is. She's big into that thing. That whole scene. So I don't know. This one's not for me from the character perspective, but I don't know. This is still, from what I remember, and I've only really watched this once, I think. This is still really cool.
I haven't noticed you stalking my competition. I'll crack this egg on his head and give him a proper dissing. Don't know your game, but one look at your insides will show we don't flow the same yolk for brains. So you better get the picture or you'll leave like the clown. I'll put you on a skillet so you won't be sticking around.
Yo.
Hi, I'm an egg. I transit far beyond your comprehension. I marked your little spot as mine, kinda like what X did. Beat is the furthest you've got me, and that won't stop me to show how you're such a battle. So chop it up like salami. You locked them in a class and wasting, constantly called abrasive, slaughtered them as a game, but promised that you weren't dangerous. Tortured them every day with yelling and rearranged lips, and all of a sudden you're the one who got manipulated. I
like that, the little rhyme scheme with the emphasis of that wouldn't work if you hadn't emphasized it that's good. That's good work on Teddy's part. I like that.
I don't think that adds up, no doesn't. For the number, but I'm greater, and that fact's in the dozens. I wouldn't recommend running.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Just getting started, and for cake and steak to fries will be pieces of your carcass.
I'm not letting the Breakfast Club beat me. You can't slip me the villain stack to win like Leafy. It won't be that easy. From the start you've been done. I'll leave you sunny side up when I take over the sun. You can jump at me with noisy screams. There's nothing I ain't done before. I'll aim and you'll be scrapped by the laser like a Winday or 4. Gather
Yeah, this is amazingly animated.
I didn't like that verse, so now you have to burn. Get ready for this sport, because now it's mine. Despite the fact that you're unlucky, I still have the harder shell, and now you're like your co-host, hurtling down into my hell. You said you took the sun, but to me you took a falling star. Even your contestant dropped you for half of the man you are. You should have stayed at your place, and you dropped out your middle school. Now that's deforestation. I'll divide the essence from your eyes, and now your life is mine to pull. Uh-oh, for body was left unrecognizable.
Damn. Yeah, I think that was super cool. That was a great audio, like listening experience. I was into that. I was just the fact that I did not pause enough to like commentate on it, I feel like means that I was just like getting sucked into listening and enjoying it. So great job to A. Amazing job on the video, especially. Like, wow, that looks awesome. All right, let's watch some Fred Bear, Mike Tyson goodness. Wow. Dun 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 dun.
Into the ring, causing fast bear fights. Now I'm swinging, I'll knock this fat bear's lights out. Mash you against the wall until you with it and tell it to wreck your face. See you trying to put the shit back together. You'll see I try to keep my damage in the ring. Still, you recommend getting your creators kids killed. Going up, I had it up. Often I had empty plates. Even then, I never eaten your chassis pizza place.
It's a tough fucking. This is you recognize this beat probably from TMNT versus Ghostbusters. I don't know if it's the same beat, but it's definitely the same sample. Which I was gonna say it's a hard follow up. It's hard to follow up that battle, but this one's actually pretty solid. I remember watching Danny edit this.
See you trying to put the shit back together. You'll see I try to keep my damage in the ring. Still, you recommend getting your creators kids killed. Going up, I had it up. Often I had empty plates. Even then, I never eaten your chassis pizza place. Don't be kids of me, Tay. Best you run now, but if you wanna do that, you're finna end up punched out. Failure built on failures of failures of failures of the creator. A copycat and such a rat, Chuck E. Cheesy fake.
Surprise, surprise, I said's already getting tipped off. What's a rehab, but he's still back on reload. It's not the world's fault you got sidetracked and lost your star. He's a major PR team, he's useless as your bodyguard. And even your birthdays don't hit, guess that's the sad truth. The first was the biggest waste of ink since your dad too. This heavyweight light work at Freddy's will catch you off guard. Around with the spring locks, you'll end up with the lockjaw.
This battle's going by pretty quick. I don't remember this battle going by as quick as it does. But yeah, it's got a good pace, I would say. Like, I'm not getting really bored. It's got a good, like, flow to it, I think. I think the only thing that's kind of keeping me off guard right now is just the art. As in, like, there's too many different art styles going around here between, like, having the real stuff, having the pixel stuff, having the mega art. I don't know who drew Fred Bear here, but and the background, all like different art styles. I don't know, it just feels like a little too much on the I would rather like a more consistent art style across. That's my note if I could give one.
See the scoreboard, see you win before the Lord. Sing your squad, a screw time, see your soul, and you can set your chord. Believe I've had my fair share, daybreak has me itching. I work the misuse out, your ass just simple twitching. Doing got you screaming while wailing is your fighting style. Fuck a game theory, I already know who's a crying child.
Hello. Oh, what's it called? This fucking visual effect that every editor with After Effects loves using in this fucking community. What's the one called? Maybe I shouldn't name it, because then anyone here with After Effects might start using it. So, but you know the one.
With the balls is the only pride left in your reign. Seriously, I've seen your boxes on Calvin Klein. On the bright side,
Calvin Klein.
To your pride, back is based on the fact it was over before even 20 seconds. Let's adjust, but against you can't seem to bear better now. Couple waterworks, but
Jesus Christ. Just fucking. I was looking at Logan Paul doing some like stupid shit back there. Yeah, the saber effect. Fucking Logan Paul over here, just like fucking what I don't know, he's blowing fucking shit gas that makes you smell like shit. Fucking
Like another with Mayweather. Don't worry, Mike. Everyone has anger and has fears. You need to vent. Luckily for you, I'm all ears. You kept building an electric defenseless. Now you're a shell of an orb made avoiding consequences. It's a TKO. Times right now, and the bites take a bit.
Mike is a little too quiet in this moment here, but
This man keeps the devil waiting.
Connection terminated.
but yeah, pretty good. Whoa. What am I looking at? Hard cut to just real photos of Mike Tyson. Alright. Next up on the board is this one.
Get ready for Stacious Rap Battles. Extra Tuna versus S'more.
My name is fucking Extra Tuna, oh yeah. They call me Tuna because I got flow, yeah. You're really old, oh yeah. You're getting weak. When they told me I was rapping small, I thought I'd get a piece. I'm the paragon of nerdcore music. I'm the apex, but not like Legends Apex. And I haven't played yet, and not like...
This is, yeah, I will say, another battle that's like, every now and then we'll get a battle for the stream that's just like, this is the farthest thing is like, I've got nothing. I could not tell you anything about like a background knowledge about these two. I'm going into this as blind as a fucking bat, you know?
Apex, you're more like a primitive ape, yeah. For you, my games and think as the music is so unplayed, yeah. Watching your content makes me want to fucking scream. And also maybe stop shitting yourself on stream.
Cause I'm rapping, and you're rapping, and I'm rapping, no capping,
Do the math, bitch. You are balding. Despite your looks, you are no
This is your bad luck.
Like, I don't know. Part of me can tell that it's trying to confuse me. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm confused. You got me.
Underground. I'm S'more, never been here before. So bored, all your music make me snore. Ignore when I sing your song, sure. And you're so bad you belong in the shore. You must think that you won, but you will be dead when I shoot you with a gun. I told you, you're a hater, not a neighbor, and you're just the fucking worst. I'll leave you torn alive, not starting your second verse. Don't call me disingenuous, I'm just happy. It feels like I'm in bathroom stall, all your lines are crappy. My chair can recline, just like your stupid redesign. You had to decline, cause the new logo wasn't fine.
Yeah, this like I think I get what's going on. Okay, nerdcore artist. Yeah, I definitely I don't dislike it, Eric. I'm just befuddled in a sense of just like I don't know what I'm supposed to think. Or if I'm supposed to think at all. Maybe my brain's supposed to be turned all the way off, in which case I'd enjoy it. I feel like I'm enjoying this.
Call you Tuna cause you flop around like a fish. You copied me, it is no secret, you're a mimic. You're just like an Among Us in VR. Imposter, that's all that you are.
I'm way more creative and write lyrics on my own. All your punchlines sound like they came from Rhyme Zone. You'll take responsibility like Jimmy, you stupid joke. When I strike you and you'll
right
down like, where my channel go? This is top of my game, I'm going insane, and all of your music is so fucking lame. Switching up my style, it's a shame. You go one joke, it's the same, hurt in my brain. I'll put you in the ground, underground, my rhymes are profound, and you're going down, underground. You're a budget version of me like I'm going to pound down. Misrepresenting dimension of all of my videos is in my run you over like
okay.
Fucking chicken. Make me sick, bro. On the 4 feet like it's Spoon X dog. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extra Tuna beating more. You'll be begging for more being be like 4 on the floor. I'm selling shit to go on top.
Hey, dipshit, get off the computer now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're being loud.
Yeah, Dad, I know.
You're on the fucking computer.
Thinking they're both parody nerdcore artists. Okay. I get you.
Too much.
Yeah, sorry, Dad.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Extra Tuna? That verse extra too much. Tried to fast rap, but it do suck. Yep. You can't jump scare me with Freddy. I'm ready to put you to Betty. Your music's so shit, in real life you're jobless. I'm not glad you exist, you will get no kiss. I'm gonna have the big win and leave you in the dark. I guess that'll leave a...
Leave a what?
What? I'm just so thankful for this opportunity to be here with you, Mr. S'more. Is there any way I can repay you? What the fuck? Who won? Who's next? You decide. I am Stacious, so bodacious, being glorious.
Audacious rap battles.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I'm as lost as lost gets, you know. If that was the goal, you succeeded. I feel like I'm in a maze, and like, I walk towards an exit, and as I walk towards the exit, it turns into like another wall, as in like I'm physically unable to grasp the maze I'm looking at, really. So. Alright, staying to the end. Oh.
Stasios is Puerto Rican. He's such a LeBron James. Would rather die than being with Stasios in one room. He's hella gay and likes eating Seymour's with extra tuna.
I see. Yeah, no, I was pretty lost there. That was fun. No, I will say, fun listening experience. I feel like that if I got the joke, I would be laughing my ass off. But I'm genuinely so lost. That was good. I had a good time. Oh, Jesus. Get me out of the maze, please. Let me go home. I just want to go home to my fucking family. Okay. Alright, are we back to wheel? I don't know. I don't think I've seen another donation, so I think we're back to wheel for now. So feel free to start putting suggestions down again. Jesus Christ, that fucking... What a journey. What a ride. Oh, shoot. Okay. Alright. Rocky versus Karate Kid. Glep. Nope. Glep versus Donnie. Hello. Flames edits with Z. Right versus Leighton, and then I'll mix your battle tomorrow? Shit. You can't blackmail me. That's not fair. How do we feel? Do people want me to be blackmailed? Okay, DDLC versus DHMIS. I did see that. God, this is going back. Okay, Natsuki versus... No, I already put Natsuki versus Cookie Monster. No, it was Natsuki versus fucking Tiki Toby. That's why, they're different. Oh my god. Ay caramba. Okay. Holy shit. You better entertain me. Dan, don't put that pressure on me, dude. Okay, fuck. Slender Man versus Batman. Oh my god. Makoto, you want me to? You know what, Rose? Just because I really fuck with you, we'll put on Makoto versus Jimbo as an option. Okay, and then Just Gamer versus Bart Simpson. I love Bart Simpson. I would never rap battle Bart Simpson. I love Bart Simpson. I would never diss Bart Simpson. He's a real one. And then, alright, Hot One's bitching with Babish. That's the last one I saw. Hot One versus Babish. Guys, okay. Let's hold a vote here. How do I do a poll? Actually, how do I do a poll? I'd like to do a poll. Are we going to allow Ryan to bribe me here? Is that something that's allowed? How do I do a poll? Where's the button for it? I swear to God, I feel like I should be able to do it, and I'm not being given the option to. Is it in... Let's see. Fat yes. Just Gamer talking about Bart Simpson saying "ay caramba." Dude, I would love that. I would love a whole stream where I just get to "ay caramba" like the whole time. That sounds fucking awesome. Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. Poll. Yes No. Okay. Can Ryan bribe me to watch Wright versus Layton? And start poll. Did that work? I'm seeing some no spams already. Okay. Okay. Poll should be up. Let's see. Oh, the yeses are barely pulling ahead. I'll stop it at 20. One more vote. Multiple people seem to have accidentally voted no. So I feel like the yeses should be winning more now. Can't you like take your vote out and re-vote? Oh, I accidentally clicked. It is neck and neck right now, yeah. Here's what we'll do, Ryan. I will leave Wright versus Layton out of this one, and then whenever the battle ends, I'll look at the poll again, and we'll see who's got the lead. Oh, is it? Yeah, I think it's fair to say this is a win for Wright versus Layton. We'll do this one first. Wright versus Layton doesn't have to be the immediate one. All right. So let's see who our winner for this time is. All right, we're watching Glep versus Donnie. Glep versus Donnie. I don't know if I have that on my... Yeah, I don't know if I have this on my every Smiling Friends rap battle list. I'll make a note of that. Alright. Here we go. The April Fool's 2025 in big text is not giving me a lot of confidence. Okay, I see what's going on here. Is this the whole time? Oh, okay. Scared the shit out of me. Alright, I shouldn't look ahead then. I agree, Ryan. If there were normal lyrics under them, like, I feel like that would have sold the joke that much better. Yeah, whoever suggested this, you're getting banned, kid. How dare you waste my time? Yeah, how many more intelligible characters you got? Let's really blast the Royale here. I feel like I knew what I was in for when I saw the April Fool's 2025 in the title, and this is somehow still worse than what I had put myself up to mentally. Okay. I see. This is, yeah, there's so much battle left. Great grandma?
Christmas.
What year is it? Like, what? Listen, I saw, I feel like the rest of you, I feel like at a certain point in this royale, I saw the joke forming, you know? And I was like, I started, you, if you watch it back, you might be able to see me slowly like click on to the fact that like, wait a second. Honestly, if this was released a decade ago, this would have been revolutionary. If this was in 2015, this would be ahead of its time, perhaps even, right? April Fools, you schmucks. Well, that was that. Sorry, gang. That's the way the wheel rolls. Alright, so it looks like Ryan is allowed to bribe me with a mix. So we are going to put Wright versus Layton on. The votes narrowly leaning yes. Okay, this is what I was gonna say. Talk about the complete opposite of that. This is gonna be good.
Video game rap battles.
Here we go.
Player 1, Phoenix Wright.
I love the beat, like the ticking clock.
Time to show a heartless sham.
Who passed the bar exam? It's, oh, what? That's crazy. Just as like a single fucking like opener, just like as a 1-bar opener. Woo! What if someone bribes you with Discord Nitro? I already have Nitro, unfortunately, but you can bribe me with the money it would take to get Discord Nitro.
Time to show a heartless sham.
Who passed the bar exam? Poker. Don't play jokers. Achoo!
Watch your shoulder, keep your loved ones closer. Boom, the bombs they throw exploded. Take another girl away from you. From the way you dress late, I profess that you don't know how to
handle suits.
Well, I'm the lawyer keeping you from
teaching Luke respective.
Herschel, if that is your name. Oh wait, it ain't you just a fake. You took that from your brother while he suffered with no guilt or pain. The defendant is insane in the brain, and that's no lie. Trying to beat this when I'm heat as a phoenix. I'm so fly.
Like, talk about, when I talk about an audio that's just like, it takes you along for the ride. Like, this is it. This is pinnacle of like audio that takes you for the ride, and it just like the way the flow and the rhyme scheme, it just all flows so smoothly that's like you forget that you're even listening to a verse, kind of, and it just goes and it's so good. Oh yeah, this editing is. Woo.
You're up against the gentleman in this foray with words. You're absurd.
I love like this little beat for Layton's part. Like,
Would be rising from the ashes when my prose will leave you burned. Call it a turnabout.
it's all very syncopated in a good way.
Come into battles and training with
Weapon that you do not want to play. Hey, give me a follow. You kill the defenses when you're getting beat in the face. I'm amazed.
You take credit when your mentor did your work for you. She died, but she still held your hand. I bet she wrote your lyrics too.
Like this editing is also smooth. It all feels so coordinated with the audio. Like the writing, audio, and video are also coordinated to go like beat by beat by beat by beat, and it's also smooth. That's the best way to describe this entire battle. It's just so smooth. Of like, ooh.
Than wet and framed you for a crime. Threatening women or feelings, there's reasons why you're still a virgin at
35.
All objections overruled. Your games are barely challenging. When I'm through with you, you'll be the one that
Maya's channeling.
Archaeologists make you a piece of history. Did they do that to Layton 7? That's a cheerful mystery. Makes sense a flawless character would drop a verse so bland. Your Honor, I would like to call a Mary Sue to take the stand.
Resort to tropes, Mr. Right.
It's why you're second best when you act just like your partner.
A damsel in distress. My assistant Lucas Usual can call him a keen observer. Was Maya's kidnapped?
There's just so many visuals going on as well. It's just like this. It feels like it's just about to be overwhelming as a battle, and then it just whatever the ceiling of like this battle is overwhelming. It's like constantly under. It is touching that ceiling the whole time. It's never breaking it. It never becomes overwhelming, but it just sits right there at that like perfect level, and I love it.
Has been framed for murder. Your riddles are nothing in cases I'm closing. I'll never be playing your game. Hey, cause the only puzzle I'm facing is why you had a story mode in a brain age.
Come on, you're bluffing, you're rapping, there's nothing but padding
and evidence forged.
You can't afford to lose. This isn't a battle, it's more an autopsy report.
To that I say
Objection. Copy to the end.
Don't step too close to what I spit, you'll turn it gold again.
I solved the puzzle into why you're such a crooked sleuth. A shady lawyer who refused to tell Trucy the truth.
Bam! I think that back and forth is probably the weakest part of this battle. Like, it was guns of straw. It goes from like a 10 to like a 9.5. But still.
How's it going, everyone?
How's it going, everyone? Gam here. I don't know where I am. Alright, there we go. Alright. That was fun. That was awesome. Good shit, gang. Alright, let's cool it with the mention stuff. I agree, Taiga. I think it's really close to being like a perfect battle in a way. Okay, here we go. So I see Fantano, colon, Master Hand versus Mouse Cursor. That's new. Natsuki versus Nico. Pirate versus Pirate versus Phil. Batman versus Apollo. Saw that. I have seen Abandoned by Disney versus Zaslav has come up a few times. Throw that on here. Green Mean. Natsuki versus Nico. Wait, I already have that on here. What am I doing? Suction Cup Man versus Stink Meter. Webby versus TBH. You want... Okay, and then Trip, you'll be the last one here. Dio versus Alucard. Some of that rusted shit. I'm not a rusted guy myself, but I'll be interested. Yeah, we have a few recurring characters of battles and people we really want to see win. So let's see. Webby versus Dio? Oh, I think I mistyped. I meant to type Webby versus whoever it was. Okay, well, huh. Which one won then? Is it the Webby or is it the Dio? You know what? New idea. Which one? I don't know. You guys tell me which one won. I think because I have Dio here, it makes me think that it's Webby. Webby versus yeah. It's like Webby versus Creature or whatever, right? Alright.
See, we've been on that la since 08. Shit, I guess that my opponent only hit it big in 22. Spread the word, Webby's back on his bullshit again. Looking at your story, think I'm about to lose a couple screws. Hit it off with the kiddies, thinking that you were pretty.
I think someone said this before. Of like, this footage is just it distracts me so much on how low quality it is. In terms of like, for someone like me, I always notice when battles look up something. Yeah, the footage quality is really distracting. I always notice when like it's like supposed to be a shot that's zoomed in, and so I always notice that kind of quality jump. And so it is funny to me to see like footage that's like low quality in a way.
See, we've been on that la since 08. Shit, I guess that my opponent only hit it big in 22. Spread the word, Webby's back on his bullshit again. Looking at your story, think I'm about to lose a couple screws. Hit it off with the kiddies, thinking that you were pretty nifty, but you're just a demon at your core, call you silly Billy. So, TBH, you'll need more than your fans to try and flame me. TBH, all your fucking paint memes are just the same meme. I'll take troll face, drown him in the oil he's working with. 1v1 with Kilroy, splatter him, do him some services.
Google Drive fucked up the footage. I've never seen that happen. I feel like it's an intentional thing that people do. You would have to do of like lowering the footage quality so that it fits in a drive. I've never heard of it being the other way around.
So, TBH, you'll need more than your fans to try and flame me. TBH, all your fucking paint memes are
like just when there's this far zoomed out, now it looks normal. If I share the stream to my friends, is that a good enough bribe? It's not a good enough bribe to confirm something for a battle, but I'll give your request a boost if you want to do that. This is becoming like a bribe off, and I don't know. It's a slippery slope.
memes are just the same.
Yeah, if it's a 1080 far shot, and if you're only filming far shots, that is definitely going to be a problem.
I'll take troll face, drown him in the oil he's working with. 1v1 with Kilroy, splatter him, do him some services.
I like the idea that Chris Webby, who I don't really know who he is, but I like the idea that this like seemingly serious guy is fucking, you put him against like the autism creature, and it's just like he's trying to like diss him seriously. Like I'm trying to take.
Touch boy kisser, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm too. That's crazy. That's way too crazy for this battle. Duds. I do. No, because all the duds footage, I remember. It was just like that was just the quality of it. It wasn't like. They were all most of them were mid shots. There were very few there's a few far shots, but most of them are mid shots, and sometimes I'd have to really zoom in.
Even gonna touch boy kisser, I'm just saying. But if you fuck with Webby, then prepare for the worst, bitch.
Wow, you're so scary going spouting all the big talk. See, I thought I recognized you from this offensive rep TikTok. But I looked into it, you're just another white rapper that's gotten old. Check out my vlog style, I'm the one here who's most common.
What? What? Sorry, okay, hold on. First off, hi Ozia. Big fan, friend of the channel. Shout out Ozia. But I think I'm trying to understand the joke here. And I feel like I genuinely got a little lost there of like, is that not the actual connection? It's not like, that's just the connection, right?
It's like ADHD versus autism. Like, isn't that so cool? Right, Chris, right?
This life's been taking its toll, so
Jesus Christ. I keep forgetting that like Chris Webby is like ruining it's like my life is being fucking ruined by this rap battle with the autism creature. Okay.
Enemy, but you lasted 5 fucking weeks and lost your identity. Shit, I might take whatever meds you're on, add it to my supply. Reduce the online forums, but legends never die.
Huh? What did you do?
Whippy. Oh my god. What a goofy time. But yeah, I'm noticing like all the footage with Chandler is all like at the same, it's fucking equidistance. They're equidistance from the camera. Pretty much.
I know you've been through bars before, but like, this is just ridiculous. So, like, this might be a bit rude, but your execution's useless. If I wanted ADHD rappers, I'd battle Joyner Lucas. This is stupid. I know we both use some tired tropes, but how many times do we have to hear that this animal's killing the microphone? So I gotta get to gaming, but I'm sure that soon you'll up and fold. I bet you made Webby Wednesday, cause you're the middle of the road.
That's fine. Yeah. That's solid. I think the audio is pretty decent, actually. I do think I like the audio in this. In terms of just like, okay. Everyone, is that Every's name? Yeah, I think it is Every's name. All right. So back to the wheel. Bam. Alright, let's do this. What are we doing? Do. Haven't you heard I'm the internet girl? Okay, so Katie, I will respect your wish here and say, okay, Slenderman Blair Witch. That sounds familiar. Where have I seen that before? Chess versus checkers, bro. We got someone saying chess. I know. I know who you're talking about, but I've never thought I'd hear about chess versus checkers again. That's awesome. Fuyu Hiko. Okay, green versus mean. Yep. Fantano versus Colin. There's our usual. There's the two usual suspects that I've seen. Natsuki Nico. Jesus. Okay. Whoever the person. I feel like there's someone spamming, because I feel like the requests are flying by a lot quicker this time. Bro, don't make me. I'm gonna put microwave versus refrigerator down, but god damn it. Refrigerator. Okay. And then, fuck, one more. Let me look again. Okay, Ninja versus Jeffy. We'll do Ninja versus Jeffy. Actually, two more. Ninja versus Jeffy, and then I think it was we'll do what is it? There was one I saw earlier. Where'd it go? Fuck. Yeah, it was okay, there it is. It's Eccles the Highwayman. Or Highway. Echoes versus Highway? What is it? Fuck, I lost it again. Highwayman, yeah. Okay, so here's what I'll do for you, Katie. Here's the one like plus you'll get this time from me. In terms of, I think I can do this. Yeah, where I can I say this? Yeah, I'll give it a double chance compared to everything else. There we go. That's the one plus you get this time around. Boom. Oh no. I'm waiting for chat to catch up to this one. Oh, people are not gonna like that one. That is not gonna be one that people There's no way we're watching microwave versus refrigerator, bruh. Alright, well, strap in, friends. We're watching microwave versus refrigerator. Here we go.
Push my buttons, will start the timer. Pause some lines, it cause a fire. Buzzing out meals in college ice. It take eye when I'm dropping the mic. Refrigerators and face, it's
Oh my god. Shout out to Trip, man. This is the world's biggest battle ever.
Push my buttons, will start the timer. Pause some lines, it cause a fire. Buzzing out meals in college ice. It take eye when I'm dropping the mic. Refrigerators and face, it's famous.
You can tell that like Fight Marker can't even keep up. Like his mouth is physically stumbling over the words as he's trying to deliver them. It's awesome.
From on my turntable and I'll be earning my first place. Yeah, you ain't sick. You just make me catch a cold. Microwave is nuking. No Indiana Jones are standing above you. My rap is the number. My pads with numbers can match you enough. And I look through the cabinets. Get all the papers. I'm ripping the warranty. I'm about to break it down. Bring it on. Spin it hot like 1100 gigawatts on the refrigerator parts, huh? Temper frost into it to the pop food or you. That's how I run of them, huh?
Remember, people were making fun of mumble rappers. Not saying that this is what Trip was doing, but remember that fucking there are people who are like mumble rappers don't say shit, and then they hear this and they're like, ooh, ooh, look at all these bars.
Who is this? The refrigerator's running fire. Like to say goodbye today to you and call that a microwave. Tonight popping off. Have your center bomb. Like an naked bomb.
Jesus Christ. Oh, he's still going.
That's the final sound you hear after your lowered underground 6 feet.
Chill down, you're in the freezer. Spot like the meals you're sending. Your lines didn't laugh like the memes you're nested in. Your heat subsides in my 0 degrees methods, bitch. How you say you have fire when you can't flame properly? Bitch, you roast as much as an easy bake oven seed. Having beef, now you're after meat. If it's a fucking hamster, waves packing heat, now it gave me fucking cancer. You'll need an urn to keep this worthless piece of furnace free from me. Cause see my hypothermic versus we'll just leave him freezer burn. On treatment flows like ice. What I spit out is solid. Tossing off, you watch the process bite. That's how we'll drop the mic.
Bitch, I'm an MC with a dub and an EVE. I stay ET. You change the creases like 80 scenes. I make plasma fame's easy. Huh. Talk about flows, got positive ways.
Jesus Christ. I'm like trying to keep up and it's actually impossible. It's like fucking, it's like, whoa. It's like the Flash running past you with bars and you can't even fucking hear one of them. You're like trying to catch one bar from this battle and it's genuinely impossible.
Spikes are really almost like an ice cube tray, and LED's the light you make when mine is hot and shining great. Match to the hit on
bitch! That's a walk-in fridge! I do remember that.
Getting frozen like a TV dinner packet. You want writing that sticks, then get a fucking magnet. Hey, going all out with the screen door. I'm the coolest rapper, call me Freezer Gore. Got that freshest lines, cause they're us and ice. Helping guys in the kitchen while you're just eating dorms.
I like Roadrunner POV rap battle. That's really good. That's really good. I'd love to hear Trip's demo for this.
Walking past this place, you'll find my frost will blast you way inside. Your walls will crack and change in size. No cross-contaminated lines. Since I'm sick and you're not like icicles, I sure got a trip. The freshest dude, it's a cold war and you are getting nuked.
Pow! Pow, 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 pow. Epic Rock Battles of the world! Oh my god. This is a beat battle I've ever seen since Mekon versus Yuri. Yeah. For sure. Ay caramba. Alright. Fuck, man. Jesus. Let's reset. Hello, Topo. You know what? Let's do one round. Okay. I don't know if we have enough people here, but I was going to say one round where everyone suggests something that they've made, but I don't even know if we have enough for that. So I'll stick to the normal. Alright, if you send a request, only send it once, by the way. I'm trying to look at everyone's requests, and I don't want to have the chat get, like, spammed and shit. So. You know who you are. Mr. Bear vs. Candle Cove. Please don't start spamming things, guys. If you do, I have to start timing people out, and I don't want to do that. I don't know if I've watched I feel like I have watched Mysterio versus Bowler Hat on here. Have I? I don't remember, honestly. Okay, Colin Fantano. Yep, I remember that. Green, Mean. Slender Man versus Batman. Natsuki. Okay, Katie, you're still going for it. I'll still give you the extra odds just because it's funnier when it doesn't win then. And then one more. Okay, CJ, I do see yours. Theater versus TLA. So I'll put that down. All right, that's what we'll do for now. Here you go, Katie. We'll give you one more. I like the idea that we keep giving it to you until you get it. Which is to say, like, odds are you won't, which makes it funnier that we do try to help it. If I sub, can I get a boost? You're not already subbed? What the fuck is wrong with you? Alright, let's see what we have. I think it's been long enough. Alright, just one more time. Sorry. Just one more time. Oh, it's so bad. Hey, look at that. Okay. Finally. Alright. There you go. We gave it boosted odds and it finally won because of it. So we are going to watch Natsuki versus Cookie Monster. Refrigerator. Should we start doing boosted odds for suggestions? Okay. I'll try that next time. As in we'll start doing boosted odds for suggestions then. Just to make sure that the ones that people are consistently requesting will get in. So this is turning into a democracy, and that means it can be corrupted, which is concerning. But we'll see.
Ambassador.
All right, here we go. Whoa.
Monica, get this boy out of our club fast. He can't even read that dumbass. Bitch, he's a monster, no good blood sucker. Fat motherfucker, no
keep the hell out. Nope. Fuck. Fuck. I fucked it up. We have to restart. I'm sorry. Hello, Natsuki. I remember in the original edit, it's way funnier with the like actual PNG of Cookie Monster just like doing around. It doesn't cut off here. It actually goes on for the full title card, and the fact that it stops randomly, I think, ruins the joke. That's just me though.
Monica, get this boy out of our
Come fast, he can't even read that dumbass.
He's a monster.
No good blood sucker.
Fat motherfucker.
Now look who's in trouble.
When it comes to
So for those of you who don't know, actually, the explanation here is that this battle is not written by Daniel. It's fully made with him out of the picture. Everything about this is made with none of his hand. So yeah, the writing's fully done by Snakebite126 and Ashley Magica. Editing is fully done by someone else. Mixing's fully done. Like, Danny did not know what this battle looked like until it released.
I don't hold back. The only academics you've been learning from is DJX DoorDash. You lazy blue freak, you do nothing worth mention. Don't think you balance out all of those sweets by just vegging. And you better take me serious or get the hell out. You better hope my name's the one thing you can keep out your mouth. And don't think of flirting with me. I don't know what you've been told.
I like all the little movements that Ryan has Cookie Monster doing.
Don't think of flirting
Like,
with me. I don't know what you've been told, but I know your type creep.
And I am not 3 years old.
Immediately open door. Me must down door. Me baru.
Fucking Cookie Monster covered in the light of heaven right here.
Find what's in store and me score. Cookies they sit on plate.
There's that classic editor dust overlay. Fucking Cookie Monster in this is dusty ass house.
Bitch, she is for club. Me no want reading books. Why me need literature when me eat so good? And me carry name proud, but your fans veil monsters. Me put your game in the bin like Guster. Don't try front you easy to read like your manga is. It not just mean cookie. See, it's for quantity.
It's so the light is so strong here. What is going on?
Let chips tell me top your mom. You jealous cause unlike me, you'll never nom nom nom.
Thank you for chipping in with all of those grumbles. Just one round in, that's how the Cookie Monster crumbles. I'm Danny's favorite waifu. He thinks he's hype too.
Yeah, that's the joke of like fucking this. So you write that line with Danny not knowing that you write that line, and he's never played DDLC, but it's just what an image to project onto him. God, that's fucking funny. I want to see a battle that's like full that of just like the most incriminating battle you could ever make.
Just to spread their stomachs wide too. You got no eyes on you, you are so drab. And now you got no more eyes on you like your vocab. I don't need Monica to make you wanna kill yourself, you blue sock. I got
You know, I'm just gonna be the first one to say it. Fucking these editors need to stop using this dust overlay. You want me to think that this is like a dusty ass fucking classroom? Vacuum your backgrounds, editors. Jesus Christ.
you can chew on.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking of a visual. Trip, this is for you. I feel like you'd be the best suited for this. The next chance you get to, put a visual where there's like the dust overlay and there's just a vacuum and it slowly sucks out the dust overlay from the battle. Write that one down, Trip. Thank you.
You depressed? Stop beside me, the first blue one. You copycat. Me no care that I'd beat you till you're lonely and the rest.
I remember my first time using Puppet Tool. You know, it's not the easiest thing, but it's good.
C is for crippling emotional neglect. And you mean, so me think you deserve to when Monica snap your neck like me did Kermit. But she delete whole file, ye.
Really Dusty Room is also funny, Chip. Like a battle that increasingly gets more dusty is also good. Those are both good ideas.
Me just remove you by eating browser cookies.
Epic rap battles of dust. That's pretty good. I like this. Cookie. Alright, back to wheel. So, we're gonna try this. Okay, everyone listen carefully. Before you start saying anything, before you start, any ideas here? How this is going to work is that I'll say every person in chat, I'll try to keep my eye as best as possible, gets one suggestion. If you suggest something that's already been suggested, you boost its odds. Okay? That's how this is going to work. Everyone gets one. So I'm seeing them come through. So whatever you suggest, you're going to get one to suggest only. So I'm going to try my best to remember who is suggesting what so I don't double up on anybody. So go ahead whenever you're ready. Okay. Saul Goodman, Saul versus Phoenix. Saul versus Phoenix. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Okay. Pirate versus Phil. Okay, I'm seeing 2 Slenderman Batmans already, so that one's gonna have boosted odds. So let me go into advanced here. Give that one double odds. Okay, what's the one under that? I saw Philomena versus Opila Bird. Okay, Colin Fantano, Ban Ban Sprunky versus Fantano. Ban Ban versus Sprunky. There's probably, maybe if I had like a bot that could do this like automatically, that would make this process a lot faster. Also, because of how this works, I'm gonna have to allow everyone to get one in. So we're gonna end up with more than 10 options here. So, okay, Boss Baby. Boss versus Fuyuhiko. I can understand what that's supposed to be. Okay, those are letters. I know what battle you're talking about, but YHA Rim versus Mythrix. That's another Colin Fantano. That gets 2 odds now. Okay, that's 3 for Fantano. I see 4 for Fantano. I see Eccles. This is gonna be really embarrassing if we do all this and then Fantano doesn't win, because I know y'all are boosting for it. So Theater versus TLA. Kotonoha versus Yuri. Eustace Makima. Okay, Danny Vegan Teacher. And then one more for Mythrix. I think that's all of them. Vegan Teacher Danny. I just know what it is. Colin is at 5. Is it not at 5 already? Did I fuck up the math? Oh god, now I have to find it also. This is fucking... This is... Alright, I'll up it to 5. No, 5. There we go. Okay. I think we have enough entries here. The wheel is fucking big and fat right now. So, here we go. All this just for Fantano to lose would be insane.
Hey, wiggle my ego. Wiggle my ego. Yeah.
Super pro.
Jesus. Here we go. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. All those boosted odds and fucking finally. Alright, here we go.
My rap battle made you cry and you gave it a fucking 7?
Epic rap battles of cartoons! Crank versus Shady Fans begin!
Oh hi, 72 hours remain before I kick your ass to shame. I'm telling you, you're gonna say thank you when you see me in
Yeah, that shit was fucking trash. Get the fuck off the airwaves. This is why Trump's fucking RFK behind your back.
What the heck is your problem, dude? I was in the middle of a rap battle.
Yeah? What you gonna do about it, pussy? You should kill yourself.
Out of all the GD copies I played, I've never seen such a square on a screen. He introduces his channel, a loser inflator who sits in a chair and speaks. So full of crap, it's like his Buchanan video wasn't a parody. Every line that I spit might go over your head where your hair should like damn.
Okay, I did get a little laugh at that. I was gonna say I don't know what a GD colon is. You're throwing words at me here, and but I do know Mr. Fantano pretty well, so I should be able to follow.
How do you claim you're a vegan when all that you do is watch Kendrick Lamar's beats? Reaching your hand out and hope that division would give you a slice of
All right.
the They made you look stupid by keeping the stash like you made you look stupid by keeping the stash. You think sexy rebel and you hate with all the glaze that you give a lot to the basement urine? Smell it like waste and urine. You're crazier than your take on music. All your fans are robots and yes men.
I assume that all the like little cutaways are just like, you know, director's commentary. This is what I think about it. Reviews geometry dash levels. Okay, gotcha.
Real life robotic but with less head. And my shoes, they cost 10 grand and I'll use them to stomp out the Eggman.
Sorry for letting the cat out the bag, but it really needs to be said. You're not a cutesy fox boy. You look like this, and your name is Craig. It's bold of you to generalize my audience to a negative grower. Your fans like a level, you say you don't, and suddenly they don't anymore. You bring up merch like Tansu's wife. Nobody's buying your little doll. And if ancient coins like that is the route you've chosen, it seems you've hit a wall. All of your friends are upward and weird kids. And I hope you're embarrassed, but I'll give you credit, because I know it's wearing to be the least funny VTuber that there. Made it so retro at level they hate it, so you made it an hour.
I'm okay. I will say, I feel like I'm having a little trouble hearing Danny here. I know that's why the subtitles are there, which, you know, thank God. But I will say I'm having a little trouble hearing Danny.
The route you've chosen, it seems you've hit a wall. All of your friends are upward and weird kids.
Yeah, I like the editing being like Fantano editing. I think I would even, I don't know. I'm skipping ahead here to say because I don't recall watching this battle. I don't know if I have actually, but I feel like I would really like seeing it in just like his other things too, like his reactions and stuff like that. I know obviously the reviews make sense, but yeah, like putting using the like little clip in the background here, the green screen thing. That's good. That's good. It's good shit.
So retro at level they hate it, so you made an hour of playing Celeste. I'd rather have no hair than be stuck with those bangs on your head. Yeah.
Bring up my looks, insulting me, Anthony? When you look like a coconut, Anthony? I wouldn't go for it, Anthony. At best, you're a 6 in your most twisted fantasy. Your image is JPEG on Twitter if you want to talk about being embarrassed. Your dad was a power lifter, but all that he raised was a seedless melon.
Don't lower the bar like that with a powerlifting line. Judging by your bench press and tweet, you weren't so tough against the 45. And telling people what not to put in their levels, I wouldn't stay bitching. When you consistently come up with features more cold than Jermaine's grippy.
Ooh, grippy. Sorry.
Your video stayed the same since your debut. Poetic, the bass player stuck to his roots. Stick to tag, I didn't listen to your verse.
What? What the hell is this? What's going on over here?
Your video stayed the same since your debut. Poetic, the bass player stuck to his roots. Stick to tag, I didn't listen to your verse, and I don't watch your rants either. I'm with everyone pushing you to the side like Dash Spider. Except for some fans of Opium Boy. Ever since you showed your thoughts on next to the world, they left you lonely, destroyed.
Okay.
You need to force while showing your ex to the world. for your main character syndrome, you worthless hater. Acting all stuck up when you're just pitchfork's great impersonator. I was to believe I'd meet someone with a slight use, politician with kids and a wife too. Now I'm feeling offended and lied to, so I rate our connection a light too.
Fuck, okay, that got me. The fucking, like, image fading in with the fajitas line. You get me. You, the guy. You get, everyone gets one.
With my pal, you wanna get through him, you gotta get through me, Cal. Step in the cows, so see how you fall. I lick all the rappers being the poems. Make you see right when you
Okay. Okay.
You can never reply. You're second Canadian, I put on ice. Sitting in her group is trying to convince me you're not a furry on geometry dash. You must be jealous, it's sad. The only computer scientist that's not in demand. Don't you lecture Anthony about hair? Why don't you Google quiz out of your head? I'm in this bunch in a follow, no. When I leave a box is expected. I'm a road gang.
Okay, honestly. Yeah, I feel like that last verse does pick it up for me. I like that a lot more because of it. Yeah. I will say this type of beat, and usually the type of like beats I hear from Future Project are not my type of thing. So I'll always put that as like an asterisk in terms of like, I'll say I'm not a huge fan of this audio. Asterisk in terms of I know that's the direction, but it's not my type of direction, and so my personal score will always be lower for it. But that's not me to say that like you can't do this. It just, you'll never hear me be like, this is my type of thing. Still, this is a pretty fun project. I like the Fantano stuff. I feel like I got it. As in, like, that was a good way to do Fantano. I need to calm down from the speed. I feel like that was a good way to do Fantano in the battle. I like that. Oh. Hello. Hey, buddy. Did you hear the news? His track review.
Hey, bitch, what's up?
Oh, Jesus. Alright. That was solid. Good job, team. Alright. Let's try that again. Yeah, let's try Boosted Wheel again. We'll see how it goes. So remember, everyone gets one. I'd like to give that a light 6. Hardy. Yeah, I'll give it a light 6. That's how I feel about it. How long? Alright, I think we got time for 1 or 2 more. So, we'll see. Alright, here we go. So I see Rocky Karate Kid. I see Kim Jong-un versus... You're really... Whoever that is really, like, interested in making me watch my old bad projects. And I'm sorry to say, you and I are both not going to have a good time with that one. Alright, Pirate Software. Pirate versus Phil. Yep. Weapons versus Tord. Green versus Mean. Slender Man versus Batman. I see another Batman, so that'll be the first one with boosted odds. Here we go. Ban versus Sprunky. Alright. Fuihiko versus Bebe. Alright, I did see another Pirate Software, so that gets another boost. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Eggman. Nope. I saw Trips. I looked ahead. Eccles versus Highwayman. Alright. Oh, sorry. I'm looking ahead again. But, alright, let me go back. Mithrix gets another one. Oh god, Sayori versus Sayaka would be a dream. Give that one boosted odds, please. Okay. Green Mean. That's another one for Green Mean. Where's that? Have I put down Green Mean at all? Has anyone said Green Mean yet? I swear I thought that was the case. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Green Mean gets boosted to 2. Eustace Makima. Stupid dog. Okay. Kotonoha versus Yuri. One of these days, this wheel's gonna land on something I don't like, and I'm gonna have to, like, on stream say that I actually don't like this battle, and we're all gonna... People are gonna not be happy about that. Alright, Eggman versus Taft. You want old Eggman versus Taft, or you want... No, we're not doing old. I'm gonna... That's my veto. I'm gonna go no on old Eggman versus Taft. Okay. Green Mean gets another, Theater gets another, and I saw Mr. Boss versus Reagan. Okay, those are our last ones, I think. Mr. Boss versus Reagan. I saw, yeah, one more Green Mean, and then Theater versus TLA. And then, where's that Green Mean? My eyes are fucking blind. All right, here we go. All right, here's the wheel. Boosted, majorly boosted odds for Green versus Mean and the Pirate Software one. Is that 3? I think I miscounted. Yeah, it's 3, not 4. So we'll go back down 1. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's see who it is. Who's it gonna be? Bam! Alright. We're doing another... Okay, I guess we're doing back-to-back fuchsias. I was gonna say, we're getting a lot of... The fuchsia fans are really getting fed today, I guess. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Great start. Yeah, I mean, it has the boosted odds. What can I say? Rigged? I mean, kind of. Yeah, I guess that's how the whole boosted wheel thing works.
Green, I'm mean. I need to be the queen. I'll steal your personality like I...
Is that the connection? What? That's a fucking crazy reference. Crazy random thing to fucking... For that to be a reference.
Ain't the walls with a bitch, but it ain't with me. Heard you talking real tough. Hope you ate your greens. Cause I came out of the ground like a vegetable do. And in my section, I stay fresher than the shit you produce. And if I ever caught your mother, father, sister, and you, I'd sum your whole family up and then I'll split y'all in two. Cause we ain't got a single common factor. I'm just simply so dapper. Turn your statistics to deviate from all standards. I'm at the 100% die. You ain't close to me. You some nonsense on a paper. You must be smoking trees. My green is where it's supposed to be. You're greener than my grocery. My dick is like iPod. It's all about the overeat. You so
Okay. So, yeah, this is actually just the color green against the concept of mean from mathematics. Interesting.
I really spray you, bitch. You better move it or I'll turn you into couples like the Green Revolution.
For someone relegated primarily as a secondary color, it's strange you had the balls to speak up first. But if this head of broccoli wants to be better, then I'll leave green like trees during the winter. Shit, calling me nonsense.
Okay.
Really out here lying, cause I heard that green's the average of yellow and cyan. Matter of fact, every single color in your sight is only the mean of 2 different colors multiplying. Shit, I keep finance running like you never did. Set residence far beyond your dead president. So what you battling for? I'ma keep it 3 stacks. We don't need more frogs in FRB or fucking. And also, I ran the numbers. You better hit the dove through by infrastructure. Cause your chances here average out to be zero. Like you
Okay.
do the traffic, I could really make green go. Bitch, I'm a Martian, not the ray on your little dome. To learn about you in the new William Johnson video. But they already learned about your ass in the six. They'll only use you in the worst branch of math, and that's it. Slow me, I bring the most heat, my boss where the most be. Might as well go green, cause you ain't want no beef. Flashing all that green for you, and I know that you're tired of seeing me skew this battle in my favor. No outlier. Thinking your aesthetic.
I get that. Okay.
Shit. Fuck St. Patrick's Day, I think green needs to be pinched. Even at your most significant, you're just so fucking flat.
I think it's actually doing a pretty solid job at like stretching it out to its maximum in terms of like when we were talking about mango versus mustard last stream, in terms of like, oh, you know, the writing's not that clever, it's hiding on the fact that it's mango mustard. This actually feels like a relatively decent response to like actually trying to create solid punchlines and jokes out of like green versus mean as an idea. It's better. It's a lot better in that sense. So I'll give credit on that end. I will say, randomly, I don't know why I just thought about this now, but I'll skip back here. I don't know why this first like verse, the way this person's performing reminds me of the way that like it has like a Rustage thing to it. Of like Rustage is the same thing where it's like where it's like the emphasis on the voice crack. And I feel like there was that in the second verse too. I don't know why. It's unique. It's like a very weird and unique way to do a delivery. But I don't know. I just caught my eye for that reason. Because the only other person I've seen do that is Rustage.
For real, Brett was great, but the cover's not all that. You don't look good on anything, especially not in any clothes compared to every other color. You really a vegetable. The biggest faggot on the rainbow said what they said.
Okay.
So I had to crush and spread green on the floor like some pesto.
Yeah, that was actually pretty solid. I think that was pretty solid. I think it was a good way to do that in terms of making like an actual battle out of green and mean. Oh, that's what I think of. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Season 3? I forget that people do seasons. What a fun little quirk. Alright. I think we have but one more for the night. So I will say this will be our last one. And I will preemptively say, we've gone back-to-back to fuchsias now, so I'll say, let's say no fuchsia for our last round here. Alright, I see yep, I see our usual flowing in. Motherfucker. Is €2 even... Wait, no, that's £2. That's the pound. That's not the euro. Oh my god. Well. Alright, guys. I've been bribed. I'm sorry to say, we're ending the night off with Sayori versus Sayaka Miki. And this is our... We didn't hit the Bing goal for today. I think we hit 18 out of 50. But I like the idea that that'll be our like North Star moving forward. All right, Bing goal fails today. Sorry, gang. Wah, wah.
The celebration continues at Dick's
Bribery wins. This is our last one for tonight. I had to say it. That being said, if you're willing to stick around, I will say this battle is one of my most like... I have a lot to say on this. If you're willing to stick around, I do promise that I have a lot to say on this project. In terms of like, there's a lot I have to critique on this project actually. I think it's one of the most interesting projects from a decision-making standpoint on every decision that this project makes. I genuinely think there's a lot to discuss here. And so, I do think there is something worth. Like, it sounds like Ryan's just boosting himself. He's not. He doesn't like this battle. It's not why he suggested it. He suggested it because he knows I like talking about how weird this battle is. So, I promise that this is not just like... This is not a Wright versus Layton situation. So we can talk a lot about this one. Already, this is like... What a perfect time capsule of like Ryan's work of like fucking insert anyway well ass beat, little anyway well ass beat, and little Rabby editing the little DDLC walk in.
But you even lost me with that twist of story. Your gang's lacking in attendance, unlike Mommy or Martin. You fell in love with a violin boy, but all he can do is play with your heartstrings. As a magical girl, you're incompetent. Would have died twice if a chemi wasn't dropping in. Stopping fights, you're only never causing them. I better call your anime a cake the way that I'm topping it. Hey, the DDLC. If you're
The A ad lib, this battle is such like a good, like an interesting time capsule to me of like the little like is it double time or is it triplets? Like the little flow switch up early on to try to make the verse more interesting. Just tell me. And then the editing switch to a like to a noticeably different editor between all the keyframes and the AMV, obviously. Yeah, like again here of like I think a lot of battles will try to do this every now and then. I don't remember Markiplier being here. Okay, but this AMV editing, I haven't even pointed out. It's kind of very basic of like you have the character moving in and the shot in the back just like freezes. Yeah, there's like this is like a what happens when you like stuff all the tropes into one battle. The high Ryan is like when that kind of joke would have flown by the audience.
So much by YouTubers call your game Mr. Cow. They're your interest in your story fell through. Players open the door that just walked out the room. Turn down and planted in your heart a grave seed that would grow into your own enemy. And you reap what you sow. Life like a jar lid when I'm speaking my prose. You need swords with that edge, you're so weak in your shell. Departed from the mortal plane after hunting down witches for...
Where is she? She's in like the fucking like the space. She's in space.
Seed that would grow into your own enemy. And you reap what you sow. Life like a jar lid when I'm speaking
This will like there's a lot of attempts to try to like switch up the rhyme scheme just to keep the battle interesting in some way, which is and the switch up to the art.
So what makes you think that you're an MC? In a tragic turn of events, she had to have you violated out of jealousy. You claimed you were lacking any sort of self-esteem, so keep on
trying to run that mouth. Of that zoom in. Cameron's editing's gotten a lot better, so it's funny to watch this back. And then another art style. We've got them all, dude. Let's switch it up. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the train going.
Please just get out of
my head.
Huh, Sayori? Are you okay?
My name is Professor X.
Oh, don't worry about me, dear. Everything is fine. This battle needs a spice up. Let's just say I make things amplified.
I don't know if Monica showing up here, as in like showing herself here, makes sense. Or if she just should have just her like action should have just happened, you know? I don't know. Something to think about. And then another trope on top of that, the like the beat like changing the thing, and now the like I'll say it, poorly added story on top. It's just like it's trope city. I think that's a good way of putting it, Ryan. I do like that it's off key. I don't know. As in, like, I like that as a creative decision. It is a little funny that, like, you're trying to make this, like, literally happy-go-lucky, like, oh no, it's scary now.
was predetermined.
I get it. I like the
I
attempt.
couldn't tell. Monica didn't let you tie the knot, so you did it around yourself.
And that crazy laugh at the end. Yeah, this does wow. What a history lesson of a project. Don't try to do it all. You're not going to be able to do it all. At least not a project with this kind of runtime. I think in a project with a longer runtime, you could explore a lot of these ideas. But there's just too much going on here for this runtime. It's trying to do too much. And it's trying to make it look like it's not doing that much, but it is. It's got too much going on for its own good. Oh, and the Dustin, like, sidebar outro. It does it all. This does it all. This does everything it's got. Alright. That's the end of the stream for today. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for tagging in. This might become a weekly thing, I guess. I'm free to do it right now. I don't know if I will be as free in the future. We'll see. But yeah, I've really enjoyed doing these streams. I hope you guys have really enjoyed doing these streams. I'd love to do more of them in the future. Hopefully, as like the Rapid Awards season starts going, I'll still have time to just pop in and do another stream. It might be shorter, who knows. But yeah, I've been really enjoying doing these. Glad to see people showing up and watching them. And yeah, that'll be all for today, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all another time. Goodbye. Bye-bye. If only I had like a FNAF, like... Am I still on Bing? Yeah, we didn't hit the donation goal. If next room we hit the donation goal, then I'll get off Bing. There, that's what you want. Goodbye, everyone. Now I actually have to click the stop streaming button. I can't just like make a face and that'll stop the button. So like, it doesn't work that way.